Welcome one, welcome all to day 5 of season 2 here on ProBots on ESChamp. We have an exciting day lined up for you. 8 more bots going at it, but only 4 will move on. 4 more bots will unfortunately get tossed into the scrap pile. But we will still have some very great games regardless. We are also joined by Endersword, and we'll dive all into that in just a moment. But thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you hit that little thumbs up button to get us a little visibility on YouTube, and make sure you check out our forum as well to stay up to date with what is going on here on ESChamp. But without further ado, let's get to eliminating some bots. There we are. We are back. We are here. I am joined by Endersword. Are you ready for these games today?
I'm very ready. I think, it's elimination time. 4 of these bots will continue on, and 4 of them will be absolutely doomed. Just dead. And yeah. And I think, they deserve to go to the scrap pile. They need to be retooled, but 4 of them will go on in victory. And we've got some pretty, we've said it a few times, but nobody's bad in these tournaments anymore. So these are actually pretty tough ones to call.
Oh, so, very tough. Yeah. It's getting very, very competitive here on ESChamp in ProBots. And we've got some very exciting other segments coming at you tonight. We have another Failbots segment, so make sure you stay tuned for that after the break. We'll have more talk about PostBots, our after show. We'll be joined tomorrow night by authors Ketrok and Jensiiibot. So make sure you check out our Crown Club if you like extra ProBots content. And you can get cool stuff like artwork. We gave out the artwork earlier for the season. Do we have an archive? I've never thought of that until just now, of all the artwork we've had for all the seasons.
We should have an archive.
We should have an archive.
This stuff should be literally put in the Library of Congress.
Probably. That's not a bad idea.
I'm going to sneak it in.
I'm going to write my senator.
Yeah.
All right. Well, make sure, again, you check out our Crown Club. You get a lot of cool little extra perks and things like that. You can also do all sorts of fun YouTube stuff now. YouTube, in its hostile takeover and trying to become like every other streaming platform, you can now super thanks, super chat, super stuff. Lots of ways to support ESChamp here on YouTube. You can always subscribe and whatnot as well. But check out the Crown Club. That is the best way to help us out.
It is good.
Yeah. Let's do a shout out. Let's go ahead and do that. That is a great idea. Drekken in the background, keeping things running smooth. Let's hope Aaron is here. I saw he said he was going to try to tune in tonight.
He's often here.
Is he?
But,
yeah.
Good man.
Thank you, Aaron. We do appreciate the support.
Yes.
Always good to see you. We'll see.
I like your twin better, Aaron. Even though
he's a twin.
He does have a twin. We didn't know.
Oh, yeah, we've talked about it. Yeah.
I knew Aaron for years, and we didn't know he had a twin. And then a few of us went to Montreal for a DreamHack, and then me and Tony approached someone that we thought was Aaron, and it was his brother, and he had no idea who we were. And then he figured it out a minute or two in, you're looking for Aaron. I'm Ryan.
He probably gets that a lot.
Yeah.
I imagine that's got to be a common occurrence for twins. Anyway, thank you so much for the support. Again, check out our Crown Club to get cool shout outs like that, and you'll get your name scrolling below us, and you get to support future seasons of ProBots. It's just a win across the board here. But we're not going to have wins across the board tonight. We are going to have 4 eliminations. That's right. Let's go ahead and take a look at our bots, at our bracket. We are diving into our lower bracket, round 2 here in season 2. and we have got quite the lineup. Ooh, things are, like you said, it is getting competitive. It is getting fierce.
Tough.
It is tough for these bots, and we have got some very strong bots that are going to be fighting for their lives here. We're going to be starting things off with a Terran versus Terran, DominionDog versus Jensiiibot. This is gonna be a great way to start. Jensiiibot always gives us some phenomenal displays and usually makes it into at least the top 8, sometimes the top 4.
Yeah,
Jensiiibot is quite a strong bot, so I'm very curious to see how that's going to turn out. AdditionalPylons versus SharpenedEdge, some mirror matchups today, a PvP. Now this one, I know there's been some talk. It's going to be a close match. Both bot authors are convinced that they're going to lose and move on. I don't think anybody knows exactly.
I always find it's that way with our authors. Everyone's more convinced that they're going to lose than win.
Yeah, but it should be a great one. Nice PvP. We'll talk more about that, and then Spudde versus Strelok after the break. Again, we're doing post bots in between these games, so make sure you check out that. And Spudde versus Strelok after. I'm sorry, Failbots. What'd I say? Failbots. That's what I meant to say. Post bots is tomorrow. Failbots will be in between the best of 3s. My bad.
Yeah.
Spudde versus Strelok, and then VeTerran versus Sharkbot.
That one will be interesting too.
That's gonna be
for
good.
sure.
Three Terrans and 1 Protoss down there as well. No Zerg left. Or no, there is 1 Zerg in the upper.
There's Zerg, in the upper, but no one down here.
Yep, we've got Eris still dominating the top there. Anyway, that will be next week. Our upper bracket. We'll go back into that and decide who our first 2 semifinalists, I guess, are. Yeah, it's gonna be a great night. Hell yeah, ProBots! Thank you all for being here. Talk to me, Endersword. What are we doing?
Well, I think what we're gonna do is like stall a little, and then someone will play the first game, and then we'll talk about it. I'm pretty sure, but I think, and then someone will put a poll.
Ooh,
yeah, we can look at the stats of these 2, but someone will put a poll in chat here that will let people vote on which of these 2 things. But first, we're going to give you some information so that you can make an informed decision. And we've got Jensiiibot here with an ELO of 1868, a win rate of 69%, nice, and a crash rate of so close to pi, but not quite.
That is close. Hey, you want to do your research before.
You always. This is like reading a program in a horse race sort of thing. You got to handicap them properly. So
I think Jensiibot's a good bet. I'm going to vote for Jensiiibot.
Jensiiibot's going to be a pretty good bet to me too. I think like DominionDog's strong, but Jensiiibot has that like, I don't know, adaptability or something. But we did see, I don't know, and here's DominionDog with a much higher elo, much higher win rate. But I think that I think both you and me kind of feel that Jensiiibot is better in this specific matchup, maybe. But I don't know. We now know that kind of Jensiiibot can get distracted by things, as we saw against Eris last week. So I don't know if DominionDog has something that's sort of like backstabbing or distracting that could potentially kind of halt it. But
I think that's a big possibility. Last season, DominionDog did some specific updates to deal with Jensi. I'm just looking at some old notes here, and so there's definitely a possibility DominionDog has planned for this inevitable matchup. That fate has brought us here to this Terran versus Terran, and it's gonna be freaking epic. So get your votes in. Is it ready? Is the votes ready? No, we can't vote. Production, get the votes up and get your votes in. Get it up now.
Put it up there.
Get it up, and yeah.
Now.
I like your ominous light there.
I know, I like it too. I don't know where it's coming from, but if I figure it out, I'll let you know.
Probably some other realm. I
feel like it just happens when things get serious. But I don't know. Otherwise, there's the poll now, though. So I'm glad that I kind of leaned into it there. And I'm going to go vote. While you're clicking on the vote too, if you go slightly down and to your left and click on a little thing that looks like this, then that would help out as well. It helps.
Thumbs up are good.
Visibility.
All right. Yeah. Let's get ready. We're gonna we're gonna make this game visible here for you. Our first best of 3 here on ProBots Season 2, Day 5. These bots fighting for their lives. Let's go.
Okay. Keep looking right.
Start.
Jensiiibot.
There you go.
Nothing over there. The
Jensiiibot.
chat's over here.
Phenomenas.
DominionDog. All right, a lot of votes. 12 votes already in. Thank you all for joining us here. Oh, geez, Endersword.
What?
I didn't listen to your advice, and I almost forgot to hit
You
that
almost
thumbs up.
forgot to hit the thumbs up.
Better late
That would
than never.
be-
I learned before.
That'd be
It was
brutal.
too late, though.
We do have a pretty good thumbs up participation rate, to be honest.
Yeah.
We tend to be like
appreciate
80,
that.
90%
Yeah.
of people will tend to generally listen. I like to think the other people are like, I don't know, they're like in a nice soothing bath or something, and there's a laptop next to them, so they don't want to touch it. That's the only explanation for not liking it.
Makes sense.
But,
But
but
if you're in a
that's
bath chilling and you've got the laptop, you would imagine you have like a little hand towel there to dry,
Yeah.
right?
That
That's
would
just
be
common
good.
sense.
Definitely, you got to do that. You got to do
Listen,
that.
listen here. If you're taking a bath while watching ProBots, keep a
Mhm.
hand towel ready so you can hit that thumbs up
They
button.
can hit the thumbs up. That you can participate in polls, all kinds of things.
Very important stuff.
Yeah, very important. Do super chats.
Super chat.
Use
Yeah,
all your
thank you.
yeah.
Somebody gave
use
us a
all your
super chat.
Brazilian. They gave us Brazilian reals.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds way cooler than US dollars.
it does. It
Oh, I
does,
got
doesn't it?
Reals.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're here on Oxide. I suppose we should watch these bots as one of them will be gone after this best of 3. We will never see them again, Endersword, for at
Yeah.
least
Like for now.
2 months.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually not true. That's a lie. If you go watch AIarena.net or go check out AIarena.net, they have a Twitch stream as well that's usually running 24/7. We'll talk more about it later, too. They actually have a new time, I believe, for their community stream, or there's a community stream coming up. It is at, wait for it. I had the notes. Where'd the notes go? There it is, 8 p.m. UTC. So check out the AI Arena community stream. We'll remind you all again later. What day is that? I don't know what day that is, though.
8 p.m.
Today?
What?
Tomorrow? Next week?
It's every
Saturday.
day.
It'll be
Every-
Saturday, 8 p.m. UTC. Check out AI Arena community stream on Twitch.
Every
Hell
day
yeah.
is
It's
fun.
actually really cool. They get the bot authors kind of group up and they chit-chat about what's going on and some of the matchups and updates. Smart people things, you know.
Yeah,
Way over my head, but I do like watching it.
I know, right? It's pretty good.
I'm just here for
Is
the
there?
entertainment value.
That's usually why most, I think, are here.
I've learned a lot this season. We've learned, various things like tax per frame, how that
Yeah.
affects things. What was there was another one earlier. There's lots of little things. The speed mining that you
Yeah.
can do. There's a bunch of little stuff in StarCraft, little details
It's true.
that I'm still learning. I didn't know about that deceleration until this year. That's crazy.
I think I've known about that for a while, but it's because it is something that players do manually a little bit, but you obviously can't do it for 10 minutes like the bots can.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can do a tiny bit of it. But yeah, it's a weird little mechanics like that make a lot of difference in how things behave.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do we got going on here? Talk to me.
Well,
what's happening on
There's
Oxide?
not a whole lot, but we've got 2-1 base and Terrans here. and we've
Look
got-
at that.
Yeah, they're both very like defensive minded right now. We've got tanks on the Jensiiibot side, and he usually does go for kind of a 2-base sort of thing and then sits up front. So this is a little bit of a deviation from that. And we got DominionDog doing his own thing. What do you think?
I'm getting real Wings of Liberty vibes out of Jensiiibot with that
Yeah.
1-1-1 there. Barracks into factory into
It does
starport
start
into
to look
clo.
like that.
Oh no, I'm sorry. DominionDog is getting cloaked. My mistake.
Yeah.
Just
It looks
open
like
out the
he's
mic.
going to swap out that factory. Oh, I don't know if he swapped out the factory for the starport or if he's going to put the starport back. But I think he's kind of forgot that he has a factory.
Hmm.
For
Well,
now.
this looks good on paper in my opinion for Jensiiibot. He has Vikings, so even though the Banshees will have cloak, yeah, as long as Jensiiibot can throw a scan down, which I'm assuming he's actually using using mules, so he might not have a scan available, actually.
That is true. Yeah, and given that he's only on one base, Dominion is both. I think he's about to go on the offensive with the Cloaked Banshees, but he's also the one expanding. So if Jensi gets caught on the back foot, then I don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to figure out a little more what these bots are going to do. DominionDog, we actually don't have any update notes, so I don't know if DominionDog just did not get updated or we just don't know.
Yeah.
Did not get updated, I'm being told. Okay, so
this could be quite... So obviously the ground troops here aren't really going to do much of anything. It's going to come down to whether or not the Banshees with Cloak are going to get kind of caught by anything or whether they're going to do a ton of damage before detection comes out. He's got some energy saved up. How much energy is on that there command center?
Not enough for
it's
a scan.
It's certainly not enough, but it's close. 42.
Oh, it's so close, but the Marines are all going to die. At least it's not workers, I guess.
Yeah, and the tanks are still alive here, so the Marines can't really do anything yet. There's the energy for it.
Will it go down or will he spend? He does. Excellent.
So, one-shotting a couple of these. Oh, and he sits in the scan range. He could have got out. So that could have been it.
Oh, that one too.
The other one. Yeah, the other one that came in wanders into scan range. So
hey guys,
does
I'm here for
that
the
up.
Party.
Yeah, very true.
Poor Banshees. Well, nicely done from Jensi. Yeah, good scan. I was a little worried he might use it on a mule, but nah, that's all good. Lost a few Marines. No economic damage. Still sitting on one base. Where's that second base you were talking about?
Well, no, Dominion, I mean.
I thought you said Jensiibot.
No, I meant Dominion was expanding and the one attacking, so it really put Jensi on the back foot. Because now, and actually Dominion going for a third, Jensi's still not expanding, but I think because of that bio reset, it's going to slow down whatever push he was trying to make.
Yeah, looks like it. Vikings just massing up. I wonder if they have any code to land. I don't think I've ever seen Jensi land Vikings. Have you?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he does. He might, but I don't know.
I don't know.
He could still end up taking... So this is a lot of bio here now that it's hard to obviously attack him with a lot of Vikings without your own bio support. But there's still no tanks on DominionDog's side. There's the Raven there, but that doesn't do much. Jensi kind of needs a Raven. Yeah, because he's eventually going to get caught without scans on that end. So I'm a little unclear what Jensi's kind of plan here is. Whether there was, I'd assume that there was intended to be a push out by now, but because of the attack, it kind of got reset. Here he is not too close in the amount of energy needed, but the Raven will die very quickly. But he's below 40, so this is going to rain on him for a while. And with the Marines coming up, this could do some damage now.
Does get sieged. If he can kill the Marines off, it's actually not horrible for Jensi, who will be able to eventually scan and kill the Banshees again. Oh, but he doesn't kill all the Marines. Oh, no.
Yeah, that is a problem because now there's nothing to really get at them. There's a tank that went to the back here. He's at least been able to clean out the Banshees. Tank in the back is not siege, though.
It's just sitting there.
Yeah,
Pilot's drunk. He's just on break or something.
Acting scared.
Oh boy. Oh, I wonder if Jensiibot just kind of took a little hit to the head there and can't function. The tank not doing anything. Vikings just sitting there. They are getting somebody's getting some move commands there. I see a little cursor.
Yeah, this is kind of odd. The bio coming out. I wonder if the tank is like thinking it needs to back off until there's bio there to cover it or something. Because this is kind of weird. And now the bio is going to come in and just kind of kill off all the SCVs here while an entire fleet of Vikings proves that they do not have landing logic.
Yep, there we go. Answered my question. So Jensi may control the skies, but it won't be for long as the Marines are just going to clean everything up. Now, wow, Jensi just, took a hit to the noggin there and broke. It looks like. Wow, DominionDog looking strong. I thought Jensi was a little bit favored here, but DominionDog's showing he has got the stuff. He's up to 3 bases.
It's fairly atypical for Jensi as well. Like, I can't usually remember Jensi being 1 base. It usually is.
Yeah, definitely not for that long.
Yeah. for sure.
I wonder if maybe there were some updates. There were no TVT updates from what I'm seeing here. Mostly TVZ and TVP. Just TVZ and TVP updates. So, but I'm wondering if maybe an update broke a little something, because I've never even seen Jensiiibot break like that ever.
Yeah, that was
that's a little surprising.
Weird. It was, it's really hard to tell what it was trying to do. But it was almost whatever it was attempting to kind of build up to. It does feel like having some of the units knocked out broke whatever the build order was going to be.
Yeah,
like because it went into replacement mode. But then I think having I don't know why, like the last tank didn't siege up. That could have saved it.
It didn't move, nothing.
Yeah,
just sat there.
So yeah, don't know what's up with that, but there we are. So we're up 1-0 with DominionDog.
Ooh, Jensiiibot could get knocked out here on its last life.
Yeah.
Not very common. Again, Jensiiibot usually makes it to at least the top 8 here. So
yeah, so far has been quite strong, but it's hard to kind of keep up with the curve, and it's hard to anticipate everything your opponent's going to do. And so I'm hoping it goes back to at least a 2-base.
Something a little more normal.
Yeah, because if you're going to do 1 base, it really you have to be pushing with something much sooner than that. Like
hit a timing.
Like 4 tanks, 5 Vikings, like whatever it was you were going to do on 1 base should happen before that.
Yeah. Definitely.
So, yeah.
All right, well, we're going to find out in game number 2 if Jensiiibot can turn things around, or if DominionDog will be moving on to face a Protoss in the next round. Let's go ahead and find out here in our first best of 3. That's right, thank you for tuning in and joining us. This is just the start of the night. Let's go. Jensiiibot.
Pheromonas.
DominionDog. Would you be a Viking pilot if given the chance?
If I was allowed to stay out of danger like that and just never had to land or engage anything, that would be fine.
Well, that's where Viking pilots usually die, or not usually die, but that's one of the riskier parts, is the transformation, actually.
Yes, that is true. That is
Unskilled pilots are known to be crushed by the Viking.
Cool move. I wonder if they look forward to it though.
Getting crushed?
Going from not getting crushed part, but the transformation part. You get to go from the piloting a ship to controlling a mech sort of thing. So maybe I wonder if they early Thor pilots have to pilot around a Viking first.
Oh, I see. Only the veterans,
train.
The elite pilots get to drive the Thors. I see.
Yeah, there must be some sort of rank or training system here in Terran land.
You would imagine.
I mean, it's better than the Protoss one, where to become an immortal you have to die.
The ultimate rank up there.
Yeah, the irony of that. Yeah.
Well, but they don't. It's not intentional though. They don't try to die.
True. Which is weird. Well, I don't know. I think
every
immortal was once a zealot that was trying to hold a gap in a wall. I think that's how they know they can trust them. They don't move.
That's a good point.
The zealots that you try and put in a wall, but they move because you forgot to hold position them, they become dragoons from Brood War.
Oh, hey, I like dragoons.
Because they just don't follow any pathing.
Yeah, that makes more sense. So I think dragoons are one of my favorite units.
They are pretty badass.
I wish they'd bring them back.
They're what stalkers are trying to be.
Pretty much, yeah. Stalkers are the downgraded version that can jump around.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, we are here on Lightshade. Jensiiibot is going for its same kind of build here. Reaper's going to come in and pick a fight with the Marine, but actually, there's a Reaper of Jensiibot's own that I didn't see on the south there. I was like, wow, why is that Reaper dying so fast? But a good little start for Jensiiibot. Does deny the scouting Reaper. Much better.
Indeed.
Much better start.
It is. I do want to see what they do. So already DominionDog has gone for the orbital, and he's now kind of saving up. Has he started? Where did the money just go? I don't know. But yeah, it looked like he was saving up for a command center or something. He's floating over 400 minerals.
Yeah.
But no action quite yet on that. And it doesn't look like Jensiibot's expanding yet. It looks like something's going down to the low ground, though.
Did you see that? That was interesting. So I think he was trying to build multiple starports, and maybe that's why he was saving up so much money. I saw he went to build the starport, but then there was still a frame of it.
Yeah, that's a little. Yeah, it is still a lot because he's at like 700-800 now.
Oh, there we go. 2-star. Okay, so he was just trying to build another starport up there. Okay, I see.
All right, fair enough. And we're going for the Banshees and Cloak here again. So we'll see if Jensiibot has a different solution to things. And some of it will come down to how quickly, I think just the timing of whether or not a scan's been used. So if the Ravens or the Banshees come in when it's at like 40 something energy, he might be okay. If it comes in at like 30 or below, then potentially there's going to be another issue. Because it doesn't look like Jensi is going to expand yet again.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's going to be a huge thing. Oh, look at the energy quantity there. It's pretty much out, and the Banshees are just about to complete. So I'd give it a minute and a half. Can you get 40 more energy in a minute and a half?
It's basically like one. Well, it's one per blizzard second, right? So what's that actually equate to?
Well, it's all normal seconds now,
right? Yeah, I know it's normal seconds, but I think the energy is still calibrated to a blizzard second.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because they didn't rebalance it when.
You're right, it is.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's time, but I think actually it's more likely that he'll get the 50 energy and spend it. But DominionDog last game did not go right at the cloak finish, went at 5 Banshees, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
So it took a while for this move. So I think after these 2 are done, it built 2 more that were on the way, but sent the 5. I think that's what happened.
All right, we had 2 more about to pop here. A lot of Vikings still coming out for Jensiibot, 2 at a time.
Yeah.
Oh, there
we go. When that one popped, and then this next one will follow, and it showed up late. Okay, makes sense.
Well, what's the command center?
Yeah, tanks in good positions. Where's their energy? It looks pretty low. That looks like the 20s to me.
Yeah, it's not going to be. It's not going to be on time under sword.
Yeah, we've got a lot of time. I think that we got to wait for that one.
Are you echoing?
Maybe
somebody's echoing.
Maybe
all of a sudden.
I'll fix it.
I think it's you.
It's probably me. It's probably me.
He's on Discord.
All right, I'll fix between games.
Well, then you cast. Yes, you can hear me twice.
Uh-huh.
Oh wow! Actually, wait, is he holding? No. Okay, all the Marines.
Like he's gonna. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought a Marine would live. Oh, there's the scan. Just almost not in time.
Yeah. So he again gets them and gets the straggler there. So it's basically the exact same thing. There's a few Marines alive here, but there were before too. So it's the second push that comes in. When the second push came in before, he had just unsieged his tanks for whatever reason, so they didn't fire right away. And then some Marines got up the ramp.
I just don't think Jensiibot was ever going to expand. It just feels like a one base or bust.
That's it. I think even if he survives the second wave, I think Dominion will expand to a third, and so I just don't know that Jensi's gonna be able to catch up at all.
Jensi's up on army supply. Again, does have the advantage. If by some miracle there can just be the perfect harmony of timing here, where the scan and the Banshees meet up at the same time with the Vikings, then Jensiibot could take advantage, because again, that tank advantage is huge. We've seen the Marines just get absolutely annihilated.
Yeah.
Or DominionDog. So if Jensiibot just gets that one miracle engagement, pushes across, and then keeps it rolling, anything's possible. But I'm more inclined to agree with you that DominionDog is just going to expand and have too much.
Yeah. Very true.
We'll see. We'll see.
So there's a lot of Vikings alive. This is more bio, I think, than was alive before. So that bodes a little bit well. What's his energy? His energy's still pretty low. Like we're in the 20s right now. It'll be in the 30s by the time the army gets there. So it's really almost exact same timing for everything here. That the tanks were just about to push out when that last one happened. So now, is this going to get a siege up?
Scan. Yeah. Okay, it is going to siege.
But it's not as good a position because they're not on like the choked ramp. But this still will work.
Yeah, there's still too many tanks. Actually, those clear out the Marines. Now, if he could just get a scan, he needs to keep tanks alive. A couple more.
We're at 48, 49, 50.
Scan. There it is. And he's got one tank, but it's getting targeted. Run, tank, run. Oh my God, so
there's a couple bio, and because bio's there, the tank will siege up. I think that was.
Oh no, but another cloak banshee comes in, and there's no more scans available.
Oh no.
The Raven.
Not a long-term plan at all.
No. And that should be I think that was kind of the moment last time. Actually, more Marines are going to start popping out here, but yeah, this is...
Yeah, they'll go in and target the SPVs.
Camel's back. That one Banshee with like 3 energy left on it.
Yeah, I'm curious from Jensi now what the plan really there was. There was obviously some trigger because right then it was going to move out. And I think if the first push didn't happen, it was going to do that a lot sooner. It must have been just shy of where it wanted to be.
Oh, wow. Look at this spot.
Yeah, that's a big
that is the most fortuitous positioning I think I've ever seen in my life. And it's oh my God, it's actually going to siege up. So it sieges up when the Marines pop out.
We got 50 energy again.
There's another scan. Jensiiibot is starting to stabilize. If he can kill that, oh my God, it kills the other Banshee with the same scan.
Yeah.
That's huge, Undersword.
There goes. These depots are going to burn down. He's down to only...
Marines. No, where are you going?
Well, yeah, he's down to only 21 workers as well compared to 50 and 3 bases on the other side. So this will extend things a little bit, but it doesn't look like Jensi is going to be long for this world.
Yeah, this attack is not going to lie. Actually, Jensiibot's still up in army supply, if you count, but it's all in Vikings, unfortunately.
That's true. That is true. And yeah, I think Chad is right there. Quick catch that I bet it's triggered off a number of Marines.
Yep.
And so that's what was looking to move out, either that or just a total supply. But
and even for the siege too, when the I think it was right when the Marines popped out, the tank's like, oh, okay, I'll siege.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, that positioning for that tank though was just golden.
Yeah. So they're gonna pass each other here, and the Vikings are gonna supervise.
Oh, run, tank! You are the only tank. You have the weight of the world on your shoulders. Oh no, there's 2. He was hiding under the Viking cloud. But still, that's a lot of work for these tanks to do. If DominionDog botches this engagement, anything is possible. If they just derp on the bottom of the ramp. Oh no, Jensi unsieges. No. But DominionDog gives them time.
Okay. Vikings giving some vision here. They're at least taking out the Liberators.
These 2 tanks, Endersword, are going to... Oh, this one tank, Endersword, is going to save the game here. I can feel it.
But he's surrounded now.
Turn, face the other tank.
Yeah.
No, you can't see the other tank.
Prepare.
No.
Oh well. If these Vikings could have landed, like if they had that coating, I think they could have won at least this whole engagement.
Yeah, if it kept the tanks alive there, DominionDog having a little bit of trouble dealing with these tanks. Actually, another tank does manage to get into a beautiful spot here, right behind the grass. So as long as Jensi can hold the skies, DominionDog shouldn't be able to push in and touch that tank at all.
Yeah.
This is last stand, Undersword.
Yeah, the single tank holding him at the choke here, but goes down.
The Raven didn't die off in time. Crushing all my dreams. Another tank here, but it's not going to siege up. There's no Marines, so it will actually just
you can't see them.
Die. Yeah, I can't see them hiding in the grass there.
Yeah, hiding in the weird algae.
Predator.
Yeah.
Just hiding. Waiting for tanks. Well, I do believe this was a very entertaining game, to say the least. But I do believe that Jensiiibot is done here. That the last Vikings are starting to fall. They're all in the red. They're going to take a Liberator out with them as they go. But well played, DominionDog. Some solid macro, a nice build. It does get the tanks out, which is,
tank
really
on the high ground here is going to help for a little bit. No, of course not. But
well, actually,
but it will drag things out.
Well, actually,
Like he'll keep holding it until like things come into spot for the high ground. Yeah.
Well,
And,
tell him that because he's now out of
yeah.
money, so Jensiiibot literally can't build anything else. So this tank is it, and
So
it does
true.
go down. Oh,
Still the slow push here.
I can't do it, Endersword. You have to take Jensiiibot out back and throw him in the
All
scrap
right.
pile. I can't do
I'll
it.
take him. I'll take him down.
Take him down for me. Thank you.
So that's good. So in order to help the echo, I'll go upstairs and get a headset. And she wants. Are you willing to keep people company for a second? I'm gonna go get my headset.
Get a guest
I
caster.
want to come say hi. Yeah, we have a guest caster for just a second.
All right, we're gonna fix the echo, ladies and gentlemen.
It's
We're
not
gonna.
Jake, but be nice to this person. She's really shy.
Oh, it's not Jake. Oh, good.
Yeah, no, it's not Jake. Don't worry.
All right. Well, we've got another best of 3 coming up here in just a moment, everybody, as well as a guest here on ProBots. Hello. Nice of you to join us. Have you been watching the show?
Not today. No, I was just cooking.
Oh, nice. I'm sad your bot isn't participating this season.
Yeah, I haven't really done any of the AI work in a long time. I was focusing on StarCraft II again, tournaments and stuff.
Makes sense. Yeah, that definitely should take precedence, I would think. But yeah, we've got some fun games coming up. Everybody, make sure you get your friends in here. Tell them we've got some fun stuff. We've got a Failbot segment coming up. Scarlett, definitely watch that if you're going to watch anything. Failbots.
Sure.
We highlight some fun fails through the season, through our ladder, through various places. So check that out. Everybody else, again, after the break. But we've got one more best of 3 before that we have got coming up next. Oh, let me look. Our PvP, Sharpened Edge versus Additional Pylons. And we'll get that voting up very soon.
How do you think these bots are compared to yours?
Which ones?
Just all of them.
DominionDog and Jensiiibot?
Just all, yeah.
Mine got figured out. I got rank 2 on ladder, but that didn't last very long.
You named it by what it did.
4-gate bot? Yeah.
You made it pretty easy.
I was planning on making cannon rush and stuff, but I kind of gave up on that. Yeah.
We do have I know Sharpened Edge does some cannon rushing. Actually, he's coming up, but I do believe he has it disabled for ProBots, so we won't see it tonight, unfortunately. But there are bots that cannon rush still.
Yeah. And many do the speed mining now.
And many do. That has just become like the popular thing. Yeah, everyone's getting it. So
yeah, we used to do it back in like Wings of Liberty because there was 6 worker start, and it was even better before Blizzard patched it. So I remembered it from back then, and I knew it kind of worked.
That was smart. That was brilliant to bring it in.
Yeah.
I think everybody enjoys it.
Thinking of hiding it into the ProBots, but then I just decided to use it on ladder, and my MMR went up so much instantly.
Oh, I bet. Especially with a 4-gate as your build, yeah.
Yeah, it hit like 20 seconds faster after I did it.
Good stuff. All right. Well, I believe I'm not watching the timer here. Getting distracted. Soon, our game will be ready. Is it ready?
Soon.
Just always
I'm
here.
He's here. He's ready.
I figured the game loading was a good transition point, but let's be awkward instead, Draken.
Draken. Ruining the fun. Anyway, Endersword is back. Yeah, we've got a PvP. It's pretty much ready, I guess that means, now that Dave is here. So let's dive into it. Here on ProBots Season 2, our next best of 3, Sharpened Edge versus Additional Pylons. Oh, wait, we got to do stats and voting. Oh, my God, Endersword, you missed so much. You've thrown off the whole tempo of the show.
I'm sorry that I brought a superstar in to throw things off pace.
You just ruined everything by doing that. Can't believe you. Can't believe you.
Ridiculous.
All right, well, get your votes in, everybody, because this is going to be a doozy. Now, again, both bots, I think, are convinced they're going to lose. Both bot authors. Maybe I misread that a little bit, but this is going to be a doozy. Sharpened Edge with a great win rate, 75%. Additional Pylons nipping at its heels with 71%. So a very close ELO between these two. I do believe they go back and forth a little bit on the ladder. I could be mistaken there, but I don't even know who to vote for. Who are you going to vote for?
I think based on a couple previous weeks, I think I got to give the edge to Sharpened Edge. I think we've got past champion. We've got some really crisp builds, I think in the PvP specifically. So, I think I gotta go that way.
All right. Well, I'm gonna vote Additional Pylons. I think we're gonna be surprised here, and Additional Pylons is gonna keep going. We saw 2 weeks ago, Additional Pylons managed to overcome just the biggest hurdle we thought that we'd ever seen. You know, the bot, he died so fast to voids, but then he held and defeated the void. So who knows? Anything is possible. Let's find out here in this next best of 3, this PvP here on Season 2 of ProBots. Let's go.
Game feeds.
Yeah, they came down Monday.
SharpenedEdge.
Mind Maze.
AdditionalPylons. All right, AdditionalPylons hoping for a miracle here on Lightshade. Says he relies on those miracles to win. Do you believe in miracles, Endersword?
I mean, somewhat. I believe in like StarCraft miracles, not real ones.
No. Oh, no. Wouldn't that be a real miracle?
StarCraft? It could be in universe.
In universe.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like luck, you know. I also it seems like the Han Solo approach. He doesn't believe in luck, but he's still the luckiest person, you know.
He is. Yeah, as long as you don't tell him the odds.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's it.
Well, let's see what happens here on Lightshade. What additional pylons are you?
I think you mentioned it.
Are you? No. SharpenedEdge does cannon rushes on the ladder,
but it
has it disabled, right? Or am I mixing it up?
I think you're right, but it's not one anyway. It's
it's not.
because there's no forge here, so he sees it. So it's just going to be
another pylon.
Yeah, it's just another pylon. I don't know what he's doing exactly. Now he's building a forge. It's a little late for that.
Yeah.
But okay.
Well, there's zero reaction. I thought SharpenedEdge saw that too, right?
He might.
Sees it now. He's got to see it now with that pylon.
He may have no reaction when it's just there's a few bots that like don't react to stuff like that, but they'll react as soon as it's a cannon.
Gotcha. They recognize. It's not a cannon, so it's not a threat. Yeah, I see.
So I'm a little, given that the cyber core is already done and the forge isn't even done, there's going to be 2 zealots out on SharpenedEdge's side, which is already enough to.
They're going to go for the pylons, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll shut this down.
Oh, but there go the cannons. Probes do get pulled. 1, 2, 3 cannons have gone down. Everything is going to target the northernmost cannon, which gets canceled. And now pylons actually getting targeted.
Yeah.
So that'll actually be really nice if you can get the pylons.
Yeah, and I think that's a good decision, provided he sticks with it. There are a bunch of things kind of shifting. But yeah, he'll get this.
It's got a good surface. It's all about that zealot. As long as the zealot is on the pylon, he's good.
And yeah, the stalker kind of was a nail in the coffin too, because it can always just outrange.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be the one to say it. If he had an additional pylon,
my goodness,
at the north to make a wall,
yes,
he probably would have been successful with that.
Exactly. Or if he had built a forge,
I'll show myself out.
Yeah.
Or if you built the forge on top, instead of the gateway, yes. Yeah. That could have absolutely.
Either one of those were valid options.
I'm gonna go with the first one though. I think that was really what broke him there. Actually, RoboBay on the way for both of these players. I'm sorry, Robotics Facility. I always say that. Robotics Facility on the way for both these bots here. But Immortals for SharpenedEdge will be faster, as he did not attempt a failed cannon rush. So that is already just in his favor. The army supply is greatly in his favor already, so everything is in SharpenedEdge's favor, and additional pylons might just get cut in half here. Straight down the middle, Undersword.
Very true.
So you guys partying tonight? What's going on where are you at? Nova Scotia or something?
Yeah, we're in Nova Scotia. I don't know about tonight, but probably like tomorrow night, Friday night. We'll do something.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We went out to a nice restaurant last night.
Ooh.
Got some fish and chips.
What is Nova Scotian cuisine? Fish and chips.
Very much.
A lot of seafood,
like
I would imagine.
Lobster. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Kind of like Maine, then.
Yeah, and a lot of like not home brewed, but like local brewery
craft beer.
Craft beer, and Alexander Keith's is from here, which is a pretty big beer.
I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that. I work in the alcohol industry, and I've never heard of that.
You've never heard of Alexander Keith's?
Alexander Keith.
It is a pretty... If you go to like MLB games, they generally have Budweiser and Keith's.
Oh, no, I've never seen that. India Pale. Okay. I'll have to keep an eye out for them. We probably just don't get it here in America.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep an eye out for this battle because it's about to happen. SharpenedEdge is pushed across 2 Immortals, I think, in tow, right? Oh, no, just one there.
Just the one, but it is a fairly overwhelming looking size here. Is he going to be aggressive? Yeah.
You know, through all this, I really wish there was a cannon right here at Additional Pylons main ramp. Yeah.
So...
Well, he's still got a good spot. If SharpenedEdge is a little bit too tentative, we saw the Marines in the last one do that where they just got clumped up trying to kill a tank out of range on the ramp, kind of. And what is SharpenedEdge just kind of sitting here? What's happening?
Yeah, I don't know if like the Adept shades are like throwing him off or making him like not commit because I think he's maybe.
It like, feels that way.
Yeah, like it looks like he's scattered around that in case they finish. The Immortal there at the bottom, one of them is close to death, but the other one is still safe. There is a full Immortal at the top of Additional Pylons ramp, though. And he's just not...
What is happening?
I don't know what he's doing exactly. There's not enough, like, zealots with this. You kind of need... You either need, like, detection, like an observer there, obviously, or at least a sturdy zealot to, like, walk up the ramp so that it gives you vision to start nailing things.
It's got to be the Adepts. I think you're right. It's got the Adept
There's
is
something
just
about this. Yeah,
that's a lot. Well, let's see here if one can time out. But yeah, he just has a constant stream of Adepts. I wonder if this is a snipe or just pure luck.
It's pretty weird. Oh, Immortal there just goes down kind of for free.
Yeah, that's 2 Immortals that have just gone down like that because they get close enough to the ramp. I think they're a couple units are coming down. Here we go. The flood will be unleashed.
Yeah, and I think he picked the exact right time. SharpenedEdge kind of was on the retreat there with the other units, and this was now overwhelming. So really good decision making by Additional Pylons. Both of them still just sitting on the one base too. Like there's definitely an opportunity that SharpenedEdge could have expanded behind that and gotten ahead and just kind of maintain that as a contain, but didn't.
Interesting, very interesting. Well, SharpenedEdge does have a nice little edge. He's using the speed mining as well while we're talking about that. So especially in the early game, on one base still, one base versus one base. As long as you don't run out of money, that speed boost is technically going to help. And he does it for the first 10 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, another good engagement for Additional Pylons. A third Immortal coming up. Second Immortal will join for SharpenedEdge on the high ground, but just a superior concave for Additional Pylons. Barely holding vision of the high ground there. And that should be it.
Yeah, this is a big breakthrough. 3 Immortals is going to be very difficult to hold off. Even if you kind of get choked up at the ramp, but there's not much here to defend. And he's going to start losing gateways here.
So yeah, I'm seeing Additional Pylons did get upgrades. We don't have a list of them, unfortunately. Yeah. But so did SharpenedEdge. I have some updates here for SharpenedEdge. That speed mining, one of them. Fix some Adept Harass Micro, fix some Zealots. That hitting with one blade thing we were talking about last week, the frame, attack per frame. So definitely some updates for SharpenedEdge. Oh, yeah, because we saw him last week. Yeah, we saw those updates last week when he got knocked down here.
Very
wow.
Much so.
Additional Pylons is taking game number 1.
Yeah, big turnaround here. It really... SharpenedEdge definitely had the advantage there through a lot of that and just kind of squandered it away with kind of weird bottom of the ramp movement, unfortunately. And that cost him because he was way ahead after the whole failed cannon rush at the 4 or 5 minute mark sort of thing.
Oh yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Well, I'm glad I put my vote on Additional Pylons because it's looking good for me.
There you go.
Ooh,
there you go. We'll see what they change it up to though, because I think both of them have 2 base builds that they could go into as well. So I don't really know what happened.
Yeah, SharpenedEdge has 2 builds enabled, so we should see maybe don't. Well, actually, he won with that, so he'll probably do that again, right?
Yeah, you might think so. Although
I would imagine.
I wonder if it register. I suppose it doesn't register that. Hey, the cannon.
Oh, I'm sorry, he lost with that one. So
yeah, well, for Additional Pylon side, I mean that. Yeah. That the cannon rush failed, but he won the game. So would it do the cannon rush again?
I see what you're saying.
Without knowing that that failed?
Yeah. I misspoke there. Yeah, I'm sorry. SharpenedEdge did lose that match. All right, well, we got game number 2 coming up here. Let's see. Yeah, I believe SharpenedEdge then will change its build around, as it does have 2 builds enabled, according to my notes. So we'll find out if maybe it can deal with whatever the heck just happened there. It was really that adept shading. I think you're right, hitting the nail on the head there. It just broke him. He was waiting for the adept to finish. Like, okay, I'm gonna, because they were just standing there. They weren't moving. You could see him being selected, but they were just like, okay, we're just gonna wait, I guess, for this adept. But then the adepts never, and they just kept coming. They just kept coming.
Yeah, when there was still a zealot there, it looked like the stalker spread out, and when there was a zealot there, it was like following it. So, but then eventually that died.
You can't do anything against a shade. You got to wait till it's Anyway, let's find out. Game number 2 here is PvP SharpenedEdge versus AdditionalPylons. Let's see what happens.
Game feeds.
SharpenedEdge.
Mind me's.
AdditionalPylons. I hear somebody cooking dinner.
Yeah.
What you guys having? I'm hungry.
I don't eat. I don't eat things, but they do.
Oh, okay.
We went to a nice Asian grocery store yesterday.
Ooh,
I didn't. I couldn't read any of the words.
That's all right. You don't need to, as long as you know what the ingredient is, right?
That's it. Everything has like a little smiling cartoon, like duck on it or something like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, here we go again. AdditionalPylons will be doing the same thing now. I'm reading in chat. We've got Mind Me hanging out. Thank you for being here and providing your insight. But I guess the cannon is conditional, and it shouldn't have been doing it. If I were going, like he was saying, it shouldn't have been doing that earlier or in this opening or something. So
it's because he opens with the gateway.
Yeah.
So obviously, although this one looks maybe better positioned. So if he gets a cannon behind these two, then
and it's not seen.
Yeah, the being seen part is definitely a big key because it got seen right away before, and this is in a much better position. So
now the zealots won't go straight for it, even if
also here, I think this forge is a lot quicker. Because I think the cyber. I want to say that the cyber core was done by the time he made his forge.
Really?
I think
maybe
so.
It's gonna line up okay here. Well, now we should start. Two adepts.
Either way, it's tough. Like it's not like it's on time. It's still very late, but at least he'll get it down. The problem is the stalker. Once a stalker's out, it's hard to move a cannon forward. So you can get your position in place, but you can't outrange it. Okay, he's got the
he sees
cannons forward. He does see, but this kind of defeats the idea of having that wall.
It's costing some mining time.
I guess so.
Causing a little bit of a disruption. It might keep the adepts here. 2 adepts are about to pop out as well, actually. They're going to go after the probe and then probably those pylons. But SharpenedEdge would ideally like to be going across with these 2 adepts because you want to hit as early as you can before you have a bot like Tyr throw up a shield battery wall and stop you from getting in, Yeah. So, but, they might still be able to get in. No full wall is up. No, nothing blocking the wall just yet. So, we'll see.
And I think we'll see what it provokes him to do. Wasn't he trying to take this? Did he? I thought I saw him building a Nexus, but maybe he stopped because
I thought I saw that too. Yeah, must have canceled it.
Yeah. So he's going on this instead. So maybe that's a delay point too. Adepts obviously take a lot longer to kill this sort of thing. Like a lot longer.
It could be faster to use your probes. It feels like
basically.
Jeez,
and the stalker is not helping. This is a weird.
Well, it's keeping the wall safe. I respect that.
Yeah, it is a weird wall, but it is a wall.
Oh, well, now they're not. Okay, now they're
not. It's not. Now it is. There we go.
That is an interesting wall because it will allow things onto the high ground, but it won't allow them through. It could still screw up some pathing and interesting. Well, I kind of like it because it does give you, it forces, if they want to come up, they can use a small portion of their army, and you'll be able to use your whole army to engage that, right?
Yeah.
Maybe the idea behind it.
So Shade's coming out here now, but yeah, these obviously were meant to move across on their own earlier, like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. Well, yeah, now there's way too much defense here. I don't see. They could still shade
They
in,
could
get behind
in.
the mineral line.
Yeah,
and get
if there's no block, they can still be annoying.
They could still target something. We'll see. We'll see. Actually, cannon coming up. Finally, some cannons in the mineral line there. So additional pylons is going to be very safe and secure on this one base, even getting +1 attack. And,
had some weird pacing there. Yeah, that the shade was about to expire right on the ramp, which is exactly where he didn't want. So the other one, will it go in? It does go in, but it
gets denied.
Yeah, it could have been 2 there, and he would have got something done. But yeah, unfortunately,
that building placement just shut it down even more. Yeah, he could have even gotten behind the mineral line. You saw him even try to shade behind the mineral line after that. But wow, this is looking good for additional pylons. He is a little bit down on army supply, but with the +1 attack finishing, as long as he can get a couple of mortals out and take just another good engagement.
Let's see how. I think SharpenedEdge has to actually just move down the ramp and confront this while he's still got the advantage.
Oh yeah, run additional pylons.
Like
run
right
home.
now, he's got such a massive advantage. Just go take care of this. But
actually, stalkers might get out of here. Oh, stalker barely leaves. One will get trapped behind enemy lines and will be gunned down. But he is gonna slow down the immortal here for just a brief moment. Little scout Phoenix going in. All right, additional pylons will need to pull off another, I think, miraculous hold. Not down by that much army supply, but 10 army supply in PvP can be everything.
Okay. And what I would love to see on SharpenedEdge's side, which would just make the whole thing work, is if he got an observer out. Because so much of this is going to be contingent upon seeing the high ground. If he can see the high ground, he wins. Like, there's just nothing you're going to do. The army moving down here in an ill-advised way might help out this time.
Oh, this is very much going to help SharpenedEdge.
Yeah. So he's still going to kite back, but then SharpenedEdge, it's the adepts again. Look at that. They're
screwing with the stalkers. Okay, here we go. No, they've had enough. Enough is in vision, I guess, that SharpenedEdge will pounce on this. And 2 immortals to the 1. The immortal actually gets separated from the main army. Some Warp Prism micro going on here, which is always nice. But I don't know if it's going to be enough now. Double the army supply for SharpenedEdge. And again, those 2 immortals with pretty much full shield are just going to be so hard.
He's got to get this one that's trapped on the bottom. Okay, good pickup. Good pickup.
The adepts could break everything again.
Yeah. Luckily, I think there's only 1 now. He killed.
There is only 1. You're right.
A couple, so that's going to delay it a bit.
Well, there can't be the continuous stream now. Okay, so he's going to throw 1 more down. But it doesn't matter. SharpenedEdge is up.
He is up. He's going to actually deny that, and he's at the top of the ramp. This one is going to work this time. But yeah, those adepts, super confusing. The stalkers of SharpenedEdge, when they see the shade, they act like a dog where you're blowing its face and it's confused.
I love doing that.
No idea what's going on.
That is like one of my favorite pastimes to do to dogs. They just they either love it or they just get confused. And if they hate it, I won't do it again, obviously. If they just, I'm not a weirdo that blows in dogs' faces to make them suffer. Okay.
No.
Anyway, I do get a lot of
purely recreational.
Purely recreational. Yep. So a valiant attempt here. Some nice micro additional pylons, kind of getting stuck in the corner, pinned in the corner with this final immortal. Actually, another immortal does pop out, but there is just too much here, and we will be going to an ace match. In what I couldn't ask for a better ace match, I don't think, today. This is
a pretty
phenomenal.
Good one.
Absolutely phenomenal. So now will additional pylons switch up its build now that the cannon rush has technically failed?
Might. I still feel like it didn't do a cannon rush. It just kind of did do it.
There was an expansion finally for SharpenedEdge that just came down.
Oh yeah, it did it eventually. Good.
Yeah. But
wow. It works.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it will actually go for a cannon, like a real cannon rush instead of the fake cannon rush, or it will just abandon it totally. Yeah. But I kind of think that it worked out.
It's meant to punish. If you don't see that cannon or You know, the pylons going up. If that cannon gets established, you're going to be in a lot of trouble early game. A lot of bots have trouble dealing with that cannon with just 1, 2, 3 units, you know.
Yeah, once they're there.
We're going to an ace match, Endersword.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, well, before we do that, everybody, check out our Crown Club. Again, we're doing a fun episode of Postbots tomorrow night. We will be joined by Jensi and Ketrok. So make sure you tune in and come hang out. You can come hang out live, actually, tomorrow night in the Discord if you're a Crown Club member. So check all that out. So come say hi. Come listen in. You can even type some questions and ask some questions in chat. If you have questions for the authors.
We'll answer them.
So hopefully we'll see you there. And we got Failbots coming up after the break, after this game. So stay tuned. Get all your friends in here. We got fun stuff coming up here on ESChamp. Well, let's go ahead and dive into our final game here in this best of 3. This is it for one of these 2 bots. They are on their last life. Will it be Jensi? Will it be will it be SharpenedEdge? Will it be AdditionalPylons?
Yeah.
Who will be moving on?
It won't be Jensi.
It won't be Jensi this time. Yeah, Jensi's already in. Who will join Jensi in the scrap pile is what I was going to ask. Yeah. Let's find out. Let's go.
Game feeds.
SharpenedEdge.
Mind beads.
AdditionalPylons. Well, let's see if AdditionalPylons can get another miracle, or if he'll get cut playing with sharp edges.
Indeed. According to that chat there, AdditionalPylons is going to choose randomly what its build would be. So we'll see if that's true.
I don't see the pro.
He says you've been kicking the crap out of me, but that's not really true. Stalker Sky Toss, it says is 0%, but I don't know. I don't know whether it thinks it did that or what. Well, he's just going to ignore everything he's saying or doing. And again,
conditional cannon rush. Well, actually, this one might. Okay, so this map
farther out of range,
progressively further away, and like more of a little cubby there.
Yeah, I think now there's room that even when he builds towards him, it won't be seen.
Yeah,
because that was the issue last time. Is when he built forward, it was in vision. This won't be. Right?
He built it kind of far off the pylon.
If it's too far forward, then it will be. But yeah, you can see where it is. He's got some room there. He's got like a gateway's width worth of room, actually more than that.
If he just puts one on the pylons, he's fine, like right up against the pylons. All right, well, he's putting all his eggs in this basket, I guess, and sticking with it, doubling down. Again, that adept shading could very well break SharpenedEdge once more on the northern side of things, on AdditionalPylon side of the map, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, well, you should tell them to make you dim sum tonight. Have them make you, if they're making Asian food.
I just don't eat any of it. So I'm perfect. Yeah, they have offered to make me whatever, but I don't eat it.
Little dim sum sounds good.
Yeah, but of course, the 3 of them. Well, Jake's girlfriend, of course, from Korea, and then the 2 of them have lived in Korea for years. So they know all the like high level stuff, but I don't eat that.
Yeah, I don't know if I've eaten a lot of Korean food. I've eaten other like Thai. I love Thai food and Indian food. Yeah, not a lot of Korean food though. I should eat more Korean food. All right, well, so we saw the cannons there. I thought that was gonna be out of range, but.
Yeah, I think I don't know exactly what happened. He, like you said, he moved it a little too far forward. I think it caught the edge, but yeah.
Or maybe that pylon saw it.
The pylon saw it, right? Yeah, it was too close to that. Because he was going to put this down, yeah. Yeah, that always. So it turns out timing. Now, the Zealot being here makes it a lot faster to take this out. Like, a lot faster than just the 2 Adepts. So that could help a
Wait,
ton.
where's the cannon? Oh, hello. I was going to say, where's that cannon finishing
Very
up?
different.
So, totally
this is-
different.
It's quite different. Well, he did say it was Sky Toss this time, which is what he is going into. That is weird enough that given that SharpenedEdge doesn't get the high ground vision, like having
This could work.
5 cannons and the largest Artosis pylon that's ever happened could be big. And actually, this will be a big key. But the timing on that's just so weird. Like I guess it doesn't really think ahead to that, but it's paced out in such a way that the shades finish at like the worst possible time. So
here we go. This
Yeah,
one
here we
won't
go.
finish. This finishes at the
Yeah.
ideal time. It actually even sees the
Indeed.
Stargate here, and we'll get
Yeah.
a couple of probes. Ooh,
So-
we need to start targeting, though.
Get in.
Go,
Yeah,
go.
get in.
Get some-
Duck
get 'em.
in.
Get 'em.
Go.
Attack! No!
Because that's not any better.
There we go. Gets probe.
Yeah.
I think he got 2 here.
Oh, you can get more though. Do it.
You get more.
There you go. Now we're into the cannon range. Will they finish? Yeah, just in time. We'll
Nice.
get
Get one more.
Maybe one more.
Yeah, nicely done.
So not too bad.
6,
That just evens out the workers though. We're at 21 to 22.
That's not bad. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
but this has been big investments into these
don't-
cannons to the point that there's only these 2 units.
Well,
I guess-
to the point you don't want to push out at
Yeah.
all. You want to wait
Yeah.
until SharpenedEdge comes and attacks you at the cannons. Right?
Yeah, well, I guess so. Yes.
Oh no, this is going to be bad for additional pylons if he doesn't
Yeah.
pull back. That's a big army advantage for SharpenedEdge. A lot of stalkers there. 2 Phoenix will not be able. I know it doesn't seem like it, Undersword, but 2 Phoenix actually can't beat this army.
It's true. That is, it's a shame, but it's true. They are. I think what the Phoenix are good for, although an Oracle's probably better, is as a range spotter for the Tempests that come.
Yes,
But I would prefer the Oracle for it. But I know it's hard. Like if you are a person, you'd prefer the Oracle. But I know the Oracles suck.
do you really want to see an Oracle in ProBots
Yeah, I don't
again?
really want to see an Oracle. So I think the Phoenix darting in and out would actually be better. But in reality, you would do a Revelation, which is better.
Yeah.
But Tempest here off just the 1 base it's expensive. And
It
especially
is,
he's
but-
going for a second starport too.
If
for
there's no
Stargate.
real answer to the Tempest, even getting +1 attack. If those stalkers, get anywhere stuck on the ramp, the Tempests are going to be able to just shell away, no problem. It's only if the Tempest gets stuck out in the open or caught by the stalkers that I think additional pylons will just throw it. But I believe in the Tempest, man. We haven't seen them in a while, and we haven't seen them be successful in a while because of things like Ketrock's Vikings and everyone's starting to kind of deal with the Tempest. So we haven't seen it actually in quite some time now that I think about it.
Yeah, they kind of been. I feel like they were like sunset it without anyone actually finding a good solution to them.
Yeah,
Like we just kind of moved away from them, but not because they were beaten.
it
just
depends.
kinda got-
Certain bots they're beaten by. Like
Yeah,
if you're going up
um,
against Ketrock and Go Tempest, you're just gonna lose.
Yeah, I think it was Spiny that took them out well, and
Yeah,
then
it's fine too.
yeah, but in a
Here we go.
PvP, and most of the PvTs, they were still very strong.
Yeah, I'd say PvP is probably where it's going to be best utilized, and it's going to be, I think, greatly utilized here as there's a lot of cannons. So as long as SharpenedEdge's army just kind of stays clumped up down here, the Tempest should have a great time. But that is still a lot of stalkers. SharpenedEdge even getting a second base started behind all of this. So if some damage can be done, then SharpenedEdge will be in a great spot. But this is a hell of a way to go out for both of these bots.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
going to
even know
grind
who's
a
gonna-
lot.
I think
Like he's going to lose a lot here, but the Immortals are just so good at killing things quick.
he'll kill the cannons
yeah.
off, right?
Will he grind through? Will he accidentally get the pylon? Basically, is what it comes down to.
Oh my goodness, he's actually going to pull back before finishing off the cannon and the pylon there.
Yeah.
3 Tempests just a little too much. And now SharpenedEdge is in trouble.
Yeah, SharpenedEdge is expanding though. We'll see how brave additional pylons is, but he's now going to have 4 Tempests coming across with 1 Phoenix. And yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I know. I think these Tempests are just going to clean house here. They've got +1 attack. There's 3 of them, Ender Sword. What
There's
are you
no-
going to do against that?
There's no ground cover with
Uh-oh.
them.
This is actually the one place
Yeah.
you're going to lose them. Okay, hold
It's
that.
true, because there usually has to be something to make the stalkers scared, and there isn't.
I'd be scared of 4 Tempests if I was a stalker. That's one-shotting stalkers now. Look at that.
They are playing a little too scared here, yeah. But usually there's like zealots on the ground or something that force them to stay back, but they're just not committing regardless.
Boom.
Yeah.
Look at that. This is the stalker killing hit squad right here. 4 Tempest blasting away with a great spot to kite back to. I think this is going to do it. I think Additional Pylons has secured the win and will be able to move on to the next round because there is just nothing here to stop them.
Nothing left.
Nothing. Couple stalkers that are all going to get one shot. Well, almost if they were targeted, they would get one shot. But, wow. You didn't see this coming, did you?
I thought that he was going to be able to not be as timid, given that there was no ground army, but he still was. Usually that's the key.
Yeah.
Is something responds to a unit that they're scared of, and then they stay back, but they were just plain scared of the Tempest, and that's kind of weird.
Well, kind of half scared. They're still poking and trying. But...
They were poking, but then why are they backing up, sort of thing? Yeah. Like, if it's an air unit, you should just walk under it. Like, that should be kind of your default coding. But, and it's usually because of the presence of another thing that they don't. But there is no other thing.
Yeah, if it's just 1 or 2 stalkers, you don't want to attack and pull back. You just want to either pull back or wait till there's enough stalkers. Or something like that. Anyway, I didn't expect Tempest, that's for sure.
No.
Hell of a way for Additional Pylons to save his life here. That is now 2 series. I think that everyone was starting to count Additional Pylons out a little bit. I think most of the people voted for SharpenedEdge. Yeah, 70% of the votes went to SharpenedEdge here. But Additional Pylons hangs on yet again, and we'll move on to the next round to face the VeTerran bot that just won. My brain just stopped here. DominionDog.
DominionDog.
So DominionDog will face him, but nicely done. Good attempt, SharpenedEdge. Some beautiful play. Really nice hold of the cannon rush every single time, pretty much.
Hey, man, those cannon rushes won.
They did.
Clearly.
Technically, not one of them was successful, but Additional Pylons still takes the series. Nicely done. I don't know what else to say.
I don't know. I think we have to take a break and recoup.
That was a lot. That was a lot to handle.
Was a lot,
Hopefully you're all enjoying the show. We are going to go to a quick break in just a moment. But before we do that, make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you hit the little thumbs up, the like, whatever, to get notified when we go live every single week. And join the forum to stay up to date with what is going on here on ESChamp. And check out the Crown Club. As always, you can get a lot of cool little perks. We're going to be doing our post-bot segments that is available to Crown Club members only. And we're going to have 2 bot authors joining us tomorrow, Jensiiibot and Ketrok. So make sure you come hang out in the Discord live tomorrow or check it out on Saturday when it gets released. Either one. It all works. Endersword will be there. I'll be there. It'll be a good time. But yeah, we're going to do Failbots after the break. We're going to do another member shout out right now once production runs it. And then we'll wrap things up. Yeah. Member shout out? Too soon? I catch him too off guard there.
Do it.
I thought talking about the Crown Club. We're back. Welcome to day 5 of ProBots here, season 2 on ESChamp. We've got 2 more bots to eliminate tonight, and we also have a fun segment that we are about to air for the second time. It is Failbots. Are we just going to dive right into that? And don't forget Jared Knowles. He was a Crown Club member.
Crown Club member. Beyonce's brother.
Very cool guy.
I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Something like that. Anyway, thank you so much, Jared, for your support. And yeah, check out the Crown Club. You can get access to post bots and fun extra content. But we've got some fun extra content for everybody here tonight. We have a fun little Failbot segment. Without further ado, I think it's ready, right? Let's just roll it. Let's see these bots fail.
Do it up.
Shooting the Marine first, because that's in range once he gets range of it, I think.
Those Marines have to like commit suicide better. They need to step further forward so DominionDog can kill that thing.
There's some weird tank micro going on here. Okay, they are going to both siege up now. This
Oh, one
should...
shot. There we go.
There it is.
And he's out. But meanwhile, Benbot PC is taking his third base.
Oh, I get it, because he's not sure.
Yeah, that's the joke. The funny thing here is that this game would have been over like 5 minutes ago if not for that Adept. That Adept keeps turning those Void Rays around time after time after time.
Many minutes later.
Has a potential of dying.
Alright, Stalkers.
5 million years later.
Finally got too far forward.
Or something. Alright, Shade's in here. The Void's finally committed or something to... Oh, they finally... Yeah. Oh, no, it lives! 2 Adepts coming in. See if Tyr can deal with it. Tyr... we have the block. Right? The shield battery block to deal with Adepts. So we'll see if these 2 try to get into the main. There goes the Shade. Nope. They're just I guess he's already blocked. Is the wall already...
Is it already up? Yeah, that was kind of weird. They came and they came and looped exactly on their own position, and I think they're now confused.
Oh, they're very confused as to why their Shade didn't come in the main. And will you be able to do that thing as good as the top bot? If not, should you even do that?
Yeah,
that's what you're saying.
There's the ticking tank again.
Yeah, what is going on with that? Petrock, I need answers. Did he take too much Adderall? Is the tank driver on meth? What's going on? Are they just excited? Yeah, they're getting hyped. They're hyping each other up. It's like, you know, the 2 bros that are pushing each other. Like, all right, bro, you ready, bro? I'm super ready, bro.
I think they're fighting over the affections of the medevac driver.
All right. Oh, those poor bots always getting into those silly antics.
Yeah,
always causing trouble.
Stuck bot thinking.
Yeah, I think we might have some from tonight. Some little Failbot action. The Marines getting clumped up on the reactor, then the Adepts causing mayhem. Some fun stuff tonight. We've had some great games so far, and we've got even more games. Endersword.
We do.
Believe it? 2 more.
I know 2 more. 2 more Siri.
Siri. Yeah. Is that the plural of No.
No, probably not. Series is.
Is series the plural of series?
I think series. 2 more series. Yeah.
2 more series? Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. All right. Well, we do have 2 more series coming up here. We've got 4 more bots, 2 of which will get eliminated. TBT to start, Strelok versus Spudde. And then to finish things off, we'll have Sharkbot versus VeTerran. So PVT is going to be exciting. But let's go ahead and take a look at some stats here. As we get our voting up, you can now cast votes. Thanks, everybody, for participating. It's nice to have a lot of people here voting, hitting that thumbs up button. It's good to have some engagement from y'all. But here is Strelok with a pretty good ELO there and a nice win rate, higher than either of our Protoss in the last series. 81% win rate there. Strelok looking strong.
No crashes. Despite it talking about bugs all the time and viruses, it never crashes.
Yeah. It's what it thrives on. It can deal with the hostile environment of a virus-ridden computer. Who do you think is going to take it?
I do think the scrappy Strelok may do it.
You don't think the sad potato?
No, I don't know about the sad potato. I mean, the Charlie Brown bot, I'm not sure.
So I think Spudde was not up. I don't think actually either of these bots were updated.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe production can tell me in my ear, but I don't think either of these bots have been updated since the very beginning of the tournament. No, they haven't been, or no, they have been. They have not been.
No, sucker.
No to what? So yeah, no update. These bots still running on their firmware from round 1 here. So this should be an interesting matchup. So no snipes going on here. Nothing too cheeky. I think we're just going to see some pretty standard TVT play.
I think possibly.
That's my prediction.
Strelok is never quite standard. I've really decided that Strelok is just Mr. Scrappy.
Well, I'm hoping for a scrappy game. That last series was great. I would love another scrappy series. Let's find out here in this best of 3, this TVT here on Season 2 of ProBots.
I like that. Charlie Ashcraft.
Armageddons.
Strelok.
Spuds.
Spudde. Wouldn't be thinking about that for a while. Charlie Hash Brown.
It's good. It's good.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna if we just steal puns from chat, because only like 30 people watch us live,
That's
but
true.
like 1,000 people watch the VODs, and they won't know about any of these nice people.
Oh.
So they'll think we made it up. So if he loses, I'm gonna say the thing that Ketrak just said.
Nice. That's a brilliant idea, Undersword.
Yeah,
I can't believe I hadn't thought of that.
it's the way it goes.
Hey, you gotta get an edge somehow. Gotta make it in this dog eat dog world.
That's you got to crowdsource your puns.
All right, well, Strelok in the top right here, doing just as I expected. A very standard. Oh wait, where's his barracks?
I don't know, man. That's not the standard part.
That's not
is he
standard
good-
as I thought.
Is he going for a proxy? Because he's
No.
known to
He
proxy.
doesn't have anything. Okay, so this SCV's carrying some minerals around.
They've both got a lot of minerals.
Huh. Yeah, Spudde
Okay, so-
banking maybe for an expansion. Okay. Ah, there it is. Strelok going for the double supply depot command center.
Yes, the old
With
standard.
the double refinery on top. And there's
Yeah.
the barracks, just in time. Interesting.
Yeah,
You know, I gotta say, if it does work out, if this Reaper actually doesn't get any damage done, then this build out of Strelok is really good.
yeah. If he doesn't, but it feels like it's going to be a while before like even a Marine is out. He can.
Oh, he
Oh,
doesn't
he's
even
not
need
good.
it.
It's not
He
even
doesn't-
going. Not going.
He doesn't
Not
need a
going.
Marine Undersword.
Well, it kind of makes sense if they did it all programmed for each other, like say from the ladder or anything. He may expect Strelok to do some proxies now and then, so this could be just purely defensive.
Yeah.
And then Strelok's kind of cheated the other way.
We have seen some cheesy Terran play this season.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We
some
have.
proxies definitely a
Well,
possibility.
they always say the biggest cheese that a cheeser can do is play a macro game.
You're right.
So
Well, but does that
Yeah.
apply as much to bots, though?
probably
Because the
not.
bots don't
You
have that
You don't have
foreknowledge
the
necessarily.
same mind games. Well,
Yeah.
they don't have the knowledge, but if a if a coder is programmed their bot against your bot and they know you do that,
Mm-hmm.
then you can paralyze them with defense.
Snipe
And
the
then you-
counter snipe
yeah.
the snipe, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Well, this is working out so far great, I think, for Strelok. Actually, both bots still pretty much even here. Both have their second base up. No aggression whatsoever. So we're just going to have a very, very calm TVT.
Yeah. And we're getting a planetary on Strelok's side of things. So he'll be pretty defensive for the time being, which kind of implies that he's going to tack up a bit or build up to something bigger. But I don't know if that's really true.
Let's see. So are you all going to play some StarCraft while you got the party there?
I
Or are
think
you gonna
it makes sense. Oh, well, so
play
far
against
they've
the
been,
bots or what?
well, we'll probably get them to do that maybe. But they've been playing mostly League. But Scarlett's been playing her DreamHack matches here.
Okay.
But that's just like one a day.
That's
She's
awesome.
she's what? She's sick. Like she's won all her games. She dropped one map to Massa, but I think that's it
Not
so
bad.
far.
Actually, I need to catch up. I haven't been able to. I've been very busy at work this week, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
this weekend binge some.
It's annoying.
Tournaments.
Her timing is literally like she's playing when I'm at my last hour of work, and then she finishes very quick. So by the time I'm done work, it's off stream.
It's already over.
Yeah, or else I would watch. But
Ooh, Strelok's gonna get the first blood here. Gets an SCV, and the Reaper will actually get stuck on the mineral line supply depot wall, which I didn't know was a thing. Oh no, we have seen it. Yeah, we did see this out of Spudde.
Yeah,
Maybe
he's
one or
done
two.
this before.
I forgot that was a thing, and it actually worked freaking great because it actually just stopped that Reaper from going anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, look at that. Would you look at that? All right, talk to me, Undersword.
Well, not a lot going on, but not a lot going on. Like
In
not
the
a lot
game
of action
or in real life?
In the game.
In
Well,
the
in the
world?
game, I mean, because we've only had one unit lost on each side here, but both of them are kind of teching up in every which way, and we're getting high sec tracking and cloak and a planetary on one side, and we're getting the engineering bay and stem and everything on the other side. So
That is a lot going
they're just kind of going up. The high sec is interesting. I guess the high sec almost specifically for the planetary.
Well, we've seen more bots get that as well
Yeah.
against to deal with things like Banshees, like Micro Machines Banshees, and various things like that. So, yeah, this is a very tech-heavy Terran game. I like it.
It is so far, yeah. Which makes sense that both of them, like obviously Strelok went right to the CC. Spudde wasn't too far behind it at all.
Yeah.
And neither of them was really being aggressive. So this makes a lot of sense that we would go in this direction. I'm curious when they'll go to a third or whether these are going to be kind of a two-base techie timing. As Strelok is also adding in some cyclones
I
and range
love it.
there.
I am digging the Cyclone play this season as well. And we saw some last season actually too. I think some pretty good Cyclone kiting and maneuver against. I remember, I can't remember who it was, but some game against a bunch of stalkers, and the Cyclone was like one hit from death, but was still picking off stalkers left and right with that lock on.
And here we get the third by Spudde. And
scan.
Banshee.
Oh,
Scam. Does he know? Get out.
yeah, he's
I
just
guess
trying to
he's not
kite
in
away.
danger. He'll be okay.
What's the point
There
of
he goes.
cloak? Okay, there it is. There we go.
All
Oh,
right,
a second one comes up.
Second one swinging in can be Boulder on this one. Getting on top. He's picking off the Marines there, but it looks like he's trying to skate by.
That's actually kind of nice. I like that hit and move towards the bait because I
Yeah.
guess the eventual goal is to get to the mineral line, right?
Yeah.
So
Here,
look
and this
at
is going to
that.
be a very wasted scan, unfortunately.
Might as well kill stuff on the way.
Even sitting in range, but there's nothing to kill it. Here, the Reaper sneaks in the back door.
Wow, how
Sure.
many kills is that Banshee at? This Banshee
That's
is
got to be a
wreaking
lot
havoc.
on that one.
And another one in the main base, is hitting too.
7 on that one, and the other one has a few.
Oh no, it's a Reaper. I'm sorry,
Reaper
snuck
in the
into
main there.
has 3 kills. Not bad. So Strelok with some absolutely phenomenal harass, even gets into a decent tanks position here. Is going to be able to kill off a couple of Marines.
Spudde's army is out of place there to the north. A Banshee is kind of holding that back.
Oh, run!
Well, siege up again.
Finally, the Banshee gets killed off, though. Well, one of the Banshees gets killed off.
And Spudde down about 14 workers.
Yeah, but his army supply's holding.
Yeah.
And he's
doing
getting
well
third
here.
base.
They'll get cleaned up once these guys go. He's got the air support.
Yeah.
But yeah, good hits so far. Overall supply is the same, so we get a bigger army for Spudde, but the economic advantage on Strelok's side, but both of them on 3 bases.
Yeah, I'm starting to like this a little bit more for Spudde, just because he has that bigger army and the third base already done. And it was looking really good. Strelok taking some really nice engagements, some really good harass here, but it's starting to kind of get to that point where we've seen the bot just start to donate and just, it's harassing and getting a few kills, but then you just don't have an army because you've been losing all your army to harass, Like we're going to see another tank picked off here. We've seen Banshees getting picked off. The air control looks like is actually going to be in Spudde's favor here, as he's got Vikings out now as well. So, this is an interesting one to call. Actually, is that a 4th base for Strelok? I'm sorry.
Okay.
Or
Is it gonna? Yeah.
No, never mind. What is that?
There.
Yeah, that is a
it
4th
it
base.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, maybe I'm full of it. I actually still kind of like Strelok's spot, but again, he needs to keep his army up. Spudde's doing a better job at keeping just an army alive, which in the end, if you have a bigger army, you can just win.
Yeah, you use it to fight things sometimes. But and both of them are continuing with the tech path here too. We're getting the Cyclone extension on Spudde's side as well, teching up with some engineering based stuff. And we're getting the
Marines alive.
the old high speed rotors on hyperflight for the Banshees.
We don't see that too often.
Yeah.
It's kinda
Usually
nice.
not. Yeah, I mean, it obviously indicates he's going to kind of still stick with that, probably looking to kind of backstab a little bit.
Well, and you can kite a lot more effectively as well with that speed as a bot, I would imagine, right? So you can be able to deal with these Marines, because the Marines actually starting to take a beating a little bit. If Strelok can kind of clear out this ground force, then the tanks and stuff should be exposed.
I always love when there's still like a Reaper alive at 10 minutes.
Right.
Because you just don't expect it, and it like throws a grenade in.
Well, he's still building Reapers, is why. There's still a Reaper in the production tab, I think. So I don't think it's the original Reaper. Could be.
It might. Yeah, I don't know.
Could be. It might
I don't
be.
know.
Ooh, Ender Sword. We're about to have battle cruisers. The ultimate Terran unit for Strelok. He again has been down in army supply this whole time, but if he can get a battle cruiser up, I'd say that pretty much nullifies the 1/1 Marines.
Yeah, I think so as well. We've talked about this before, but I think the battle cruiser just gives a certain amount of stability to the middle that you don't have to kite back as much, because you can kind of use it as your tank, like tanking damage, to let the rest of your stuff kind of not have to run away as quick, and then you can always just jump it out. So it's kind of like this risk-free, 600 hit point soak sort of thing.
Strelok trying to take a base there that he couldn't. Spud already took that one, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah, but we are.
You can actually, you can put a tank on a battle cruiser. Not in the game, obviously.
Not in the game. Yeah.
In real life, you could do that. So you could use the battle cruiser as a tank.
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
Yeah, in one of the StarCraft books, they do that. I think they stick a tank in the docking port or whatever and use it to shell another battle cruiser. It's pretty cool. Anyway, Cyclone's getting some good damage here, but they will get picked off in the end. This fourth base starting to be under fire. There's the battle cruiser out now, but a Cyclone lock on that is actually huge. That is going to be really big for Spud. This battle cruiser might just go down immediately. Okay, it is going to live for another moment here, but did it teleport in? Does it even have a way to get out? I don't think it can get out of here.
Yeah, did it jump in? Yeah, I don't think it can either. It's still, I mean, it might just not have to.
No, it actually has a jump.
It does? Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, it's there. Then I'm kind of surprised it didn't go, because it's damn near dead. Yeah, it waited a little too long there.
Yeah, this is an interesting fight. Strelok spread kind of all over the place, is attacking in multiple places at once. Even there's some landed Vikings, just when we thought we would never see it, Undersword. Landed Vikings killing out a mineral line. You believe it?
True.
Did you just sponsor ESChamp?
I
or is
didn't.
that an imposter?
But
I thought I saw the space in the name, and I was like,
yeah,
an imposter, Undersword.
I didn't. I don't know. Is someone pretending to be me,
take the credit? Remember?
Exactly. Or you just happen to be that? Because I find now, because of Minecraft, there are more people that are just named that for real, because there's an Ender Sword in Minecraft now, which there never used to be. So when I had the name, that didn't exist. But now when I go to like sign up for a new game, Ender Sword's already taken.
That's fine.
Like always.
Oh yeah,
So,
you never get it again.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is just non-stop action here. Strelok still just picking away at things. He's got more and more upgrades coming down. The upgrades are going to favor Strelok in the end. And with the battlecruiser production and just that the fight is on this side of the map, I think Strelok has done it. 105 army supply to 40. Strelok taking every single base macro-wise. I always forget that Strelok is such a macro beast when it kind of gets to this late game scenario.
Yeah, that's the thing that I think early Strelok didn't do any of that, because it always did the proxies and kind of the cheesier stuff. But when it just kind of plays the game as a macro game, that one didn't even try and leave.
No jump.
Yeah. So maybe that one was down. But when he's just a macro beast at the end of it. And I think the biggest turn towards him, like, moving up in rank a fair bit, was the fact that he kind of abandoned a lot of the early play, like early gimmicky play, and just relied on the fact that he's just really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How are you human? Oh, Strelok, there are no humans in this game. But that is going to be game 1 for Strelok. Yeah, I was kind of thinking Strelok might be favored, especially if it gets into the battle cruiser phase of the game.
Yeah.
And
I think so too. As you were pointing out, there were some opportunities there where Spud had like double the army supply. But the issue is, despite him having more stuff, it was like Cloak Banshees coming against them and like other really obnoxious stuff. So it would have been really hard to push across the map and still kind of keep yourself safe.
Yeah. Well. Strelok taking a win here. Spud will now be on his last life. Needs to get a win to tie things up and maybe bring us to another ace match, but
very true.
We'll see. The ace matches each week have kind of been starting to get a little less frequent here, so we'll see.
True.
I just remember day 1, every single series was an ace match under sword.
Yeah, that was crazy. We've definitely never had that really happen. But I think usually it's been the opposite, that like as we've gotten deeper into a tournament, we're more likely to have one.
Yeah.
But because like in the old days, like in the early tournament years,
back when I was a young lad.
Then a lot of the bots only had one build, so if it lost, and it was going to just lose again. But now that's not the case anymore.
Now the bots adapt, they overcome, they survive.
I remember when we very first started this, I think like the first season we did it, and we kind of said what the format was, like best of 3s into a best of 7 finals. A lot of the response was like, but why though?
Yeah.
Because they're just going to do the same thing. But it is
now know why.
Now you've got a whole bunch of different. So yeah, nobody's like that now.
It's great. These bots you kind of have to get into ProBots and to keep moving on in ProBots. You kind of have to have a little bit of a repertoire of builds there. I don't think one build actually would cut it in ProBots these days. So let's find out here. Let's see if Spud can turn things around or if he will be joining the scrap pile. Maybe not. Maybe we'll get an ace match. I'm hoping. Let's find out. Game number 2 here on ProBots.
Armageddons.
Strelok.
Spuds.
Spud. Spuds. Now I want potatoes.
They're good.
I love potatoes
starchy
in any form. Are French fries, mashed, twice baked, unit potato chips, hash browns.
I like their final form.
What's their final form?
I don't know. It's just the last one that you have to beat.
The potato boss?
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. Potato?
Yeah, because I had hash browns once and I thought I ate them all, but then it said that it wasn't even its final form. And then somebody threw a bunch of chips at me.
And that was when my life changed forever.
Yeah, then I realized I haven't saved in a while, and yeah, it was just a nightmare.
I do love potatoes, though. I actually am growing a few little potatoes in the backyard.
Yeah, that's
just
nice.
A small little plant. I don't like a ton of potatoes. I actually don't even like normal baked potatoes that much. That's the one type of potato I'm not a huge fan of. I'll eat it, but I like every other form of potato.
Yeah, I'll eat it sometimes. It's very dry.
Some croquettes.
Like baked potato.
Yeah, that's my problem. It's just too dry. You got to just dump so much sour cream on it. It's like, why are you even...
Yeah, exactly. It makes it like, it takes something that was going to be an otherwise like relatively healthy thing, and then you like dump it in a bowl of melted butter or something.
That's why you do twice baked. It's nice and soft and delicious, but still somewhat nutritious.
There you go.
That is where it's at. Well, will Spud be able to reach his final form? Endersword will Spud.
Maybe. I mean, he might go to the scrap pile and like get rejected by McDonald's and then have to re-establish himself.
I would imagine they have for their potatoes have a pretty high
They do.
standard of quality because their
There's-
fries
Yeah.
are always good. I don't even like McDonald's food, but their fries.
Yeah, they have a
Always.
really. I've read about like how they do it, which is like they have farmers that grow like specifically for them, but they throw out a lot of them because the fry height has to be consistent. Like how they
Yeah.
put it in the like package, they want it to be in a certain way where it like
Gotta poke
pokes
out.
up. Yeah, so that means the potatoes have to be a certain length that they will accept them. So yeah, it's
Dusty
click there.
cooking. Dusty, we're gonna have to have
Yes, he does- he
invite
does do
Dusty to
that.
our next party and have
It's
a
true.
fry cookout.
I forget. Is it Jack Astor's you work at, Dusty? I forget where he works. It's a
Where?
restaurant. Well, it's obviously a restaurant. He
Well,
cooks fries, really, but I forget which one. But I know
He just cooks
yeah.
fries in a back alley
Yeah.
and hands them out to
Yeah.
people. That's fun. Anyway, we are here on 2000 Atmospheres for this TVT for what could be Spud's final match in ProBot Season 2 here. But already with a great defense, has the bunker in place with Marines, even a Reaper to keep Strelok's Reaper in check. So Spud looking strong on 2 bases, but Strelok also has a second base back at home, already morphing into, actually, a planetary. I was going to say an orbital, but Strelok going for the defensive route this time around, and I like it. What do you think is better, a bunker or the planetary?
Just in terms of like the total investment in milestones of this, right? Okay. Just in terms of the investment, that's also a good one. In terms of the investment, the bunker I think is just more efficient. You can salvage it.
Yeah.
You can also put it a lot more forward. Like the planetary is really good, but by the time they're at the planetary, they're firmly up your ramp and like in your face. So yeah. And I find the other thing with bots too, they just don't do a great job at like sticking to their static defense. So I find that they're not good at not getting too far ahead of it.
Yeah. Ooh, Reaper gets picked off there. Ooh, Strelok on his top secret mission to pick up all the vodka does fail there as the Reaper goes down. High sec auto tracking yet again, which I like the idea of it for certain matchups, for certain bots like Micro Machine. You're dealing with Banshees a lot. Just in our last series, we saw some Banshee play, but in this one, I don't think it's useful at all.
No,
because it's for turrets and planetaries.
Yeah,
right, and
he's not.
That's it. And the Raven turret too, right?
Yeah, does it work? I guess it does work on that, right?
Yeah, I think it works on that. So yeah, it's unless he's going. Well, I guess he doesn't. Strelok does get the Ravens, right?
Yes. I think so. Eventually.
Okay.
Did he get one last game? He went into the. He didn't get one
yeah,
last game, but anyway, did he get one?
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know. We're just making shit up at this point.
He went into Battle Cruiser. I think that.
Yeah,
took
he was
took all his stuff.
You had to share fries with everybody. I would never ever share my fries. You get your own damn fry. I don't share fries.
Yeah.
What? Do people do that? Do people share French fries?
I've heard of such things. It's
Insane.
ridiculous to me. Ridiculous.
Okay.
They can get their own.
Get your own damn fries. Well, Strelok avoiding disaster here with his Reaper. Oh, one Marine goes the wrong direction, gets killed off there. But this is just not really doing a whole lot other than keeping Spud preoccupied. Spud, I don't think was even going to push out anyway. He's just kind of moving to secure this third base location.
Yeah.
So unless those Reapers get in and start doing some economic damage, which I don't think they will with that bunker placement, so perfect there. They're kind of useless at this point.
Can be a bit. Yeah, it is interesting choice that he does keep making them too. Well, not right now, but it tends to keep one or two up. And most people obviously don't. Once you get past a certain point in the game, they do become a little bit dead weight. But I guess for a bot, if you can still find a way to sneak them in the back, then they can definitely still be worth it. But it would be hard for a human player like into the game to get a lot of use out of them just because you have to babysit it too much.
Yeah. Man, too many people share food is all I'm seeing in chat here.
Just
Your
get
own damn
just
food.
get two small salads.
Just get 2 small salads.
Come on. Yeah.
Even Five Guys fries, where you get like a literal
Oh yeah, like a
bag full
ton
of
of
fries.
them. Yeah.
I don't even share those.
No.
Those are mine.
No. If someone asks, I just pick up some of those free peanuts and throw it at them, and then run.
That's what they deserve.
That's what.
Ooh, a landed Viking getting some more kills here.
Right.
Nicely done out of Strelok. Strelok's harass has been so good.
Very on
this
point.
series so far. It's very on point. It's always getting stuff done. Yeah, the Reapers, unfortunately, this game haven't been as successful, but Strelok's still making plays happen. Even gets up here and denies a building engineering bay. And this
Very
is just a
good.
nuisance for Spud.
Yeah, very key stuff. And will he get this one out? Just barely. He's tempting fate. It's if he picks up like the medevac, he's a champ. Oh, do it. Yes.
I love
Sweet
how
graphic.
I love
Sweet
I love
graphic.
that we got back to the
That's the
map
best.
where they
Yeah.
float up.
Yeah, best possible graphic.
Which one?
Yeah, the like slow float up. On
Oh, the slow
something.
float up.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about
Yeah.
a different one for a
No,
second.
no. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I missed it. Here we go. Big engagement. 2 Cyclones die right off the bat. Spud is just pushing in. He's just going to stim and go for it. Strelok's Vikings do pull back, as there's not really a whole lot else they can do. They are getting a few more kills, though, actually, there. So they're going to control the air, but
Yeah,
there's no
we'll see.
answer for the Marines.
Yeah, there just isn't right now. He's got double the army supply, which, we mentioned at the end of the last game that there was a window there, but can he get enough done? Because he's just kind of now evened it to the 3 bases. But there are a lot less workers. Tons of workers died in the stack. So even 3 base to 3 base is a huge advantage for Spud. And he's not able to stop him. And I didn't realize that one wasn't even done yet.
Oh,
So,
these Cyclones. Are they going to buy all the... They're not even taking a scratch. These
Land,
Cyclones micro is
land.
so perfect.
Strelok needs to land all the Vikings on the tanks, and he would probably be able to clean it up.
I don't know. That's a lot of Marines here
That's-
still supporting.
yeah.
He just
Viking-
needs to buy enough time to be able to get out something to deal with the ground forces. More Cyclones seem to be the answer. The Cyclones on the right are doing everything they can, but here comes Spud to tie things
Planetary,
up.
repair it.
Nope.
Yeah. See, that
Nope.
would have been game saving if he repaired it, basically, because there is a Raven that is almost out. To answer your question about that before, but
There you go.
yeah, it looks like he's being overwhelmed here.
Oh, we didn't make it to battle cruisers this time.
True.
Nope.
No, it looked like he was doing everything right. Just kind of left himself open to a big counter push like this. And,
I love it when we get this close to a series with 2 bots that haven't been updated since the start.
Yeah,
Just tickles me. I love it.
quite true.
All right, well, it's not over just yet. There's still, some stuff on the high ground. The Cyclone's still poking here or there. But with 3 bases, 4 bases now on the way for Spud, and just a nonstop stream of units, I do believe he will be able to take the win here.
You would think so.
I
What's
would
funny
think.
is the army supply has gotten closer and closer during this entire thing, but I think he's out of luck here now. There, a Cyclone from the back goes down. There's so much is in the Vikings that it obviously can't do anything with them.
Well, he was landing them earlier, so
Yeah.
it's just unfortunate they're not doing... I mean, again, they were talking in chat. It's a very hit or miss. It can be extremely helpful, or it can just lose you the game if you land your Vikings,
Yeah, it's a really tough call.
So it is a tough call to make. Indeed. Well, Spud's finally going to get up into the production here, and I think Spud just has enough. Double the army supply. His Cyclone's just buying a little time, but your fate is decided. We're going to an ace match.
True.
And Spud gets another chance. Very impressive stuff. Yeah, can we get a kill count on those Cyclones? Well, we'll check it out. We'll take a look in
There's
post.
still one left there, right? Yeah, 15 on that one.
Woo! 16 now. MVP. Yeah, the Cyclones have done a great job. It's just unfortunately a little too much for them to accomplish on their own. Would I share unlimited fries? No, because if they're unlimited, you can get your own unlimited fries.
Exactly.
Why do you need my unlimited fries? Why am I obligated to share my hard-earned fries? All right? No, I
Exactly.
wouldn't. I will never share fries.
Yeah, nobody wants infinity divided by 2 fries.
Right?
Yeah.
The fucking point.
Okay.
Get your own Spuds. Spud ties things up here. and we're going to an ace match. This is just these last two series going to an ace match like this has been both unexpected and just incredibly rewarding. It's so awesome.
Yeah, that one in particular, it really looked like it never looked like he was down and out, but it really looked like Strelok was just getting enough damage throughout the game that he was just kind of keeping Spudde on the back foot. But again, he was losing units to do that. Like he kept trading things off to get that damage, and that becomes the risk. And people very frequently make that mistake too, that they like. You'll get in a ladder match and someone's like, but I killed like 20 of your workers and I killed this and I killed that. And like, but every time you did it, you lost the army that did it. Mm-hmm. Like you killed that stuff instead of my army. So my army's bigger. And I think that's kind of what we ended up with here, that he never really killed things like the army. He just killed.
I had some friends like that
building
in early StarCraft where they'd be like, they would just rage and be like, well, how did I lose? I killed your whole worker line. It's like, well, I had a bigger army and I won.
Yeah. So I didn't need that.
I don't care how many workers you kill.
Yeah. Always.
Anyway, are we ready? It says soon. I wasn't watching the timer. I'm just going to go for it. Game number 3. One of these bots is going in the scrap pile. Both of them are on their last life. Will it be Spudde? Will it be Strelok? Let's find out. Game 3 on ProBots. Let's dive into it.
Armageddons.
Strelok. I'm going to report that.
Spuds.
Spudde. Okay, so now we're talking trade. I would trade some fries. If you have a different type. Only if it's a different type of fries. If I've got, normal fries and you've got curly fries or seasoned fries or something like that, or I've got seasoned, whatever the case is. Yeah, I would trade some fries.
Yeah.
See, now that is a fair deal. Am I just going to give you some of my fries? No.
Yeah. I personally want to stay in Uncle Vinny's Infinite Fry Hotel.
I like it. Hell yeah.
Which is, I think that's the reference is you put one fry in one room and then the next fry in the next room and you make room or something.
Something like that.
Something like that. That's always the parallel, is the Infinity Hotel.
All right. Well, we are here on Jagannath. I know I'm upsetting all the people who actually speak. It's in Indian, right, or something?
That sounds right.
God, or
yeah.
I can never say. I still can't say the name. Anyway, we are here for our final game between these two. Again, one of these bots will go to the scrap pile. This will be their final showing this season. And I don't even know how to predict it anymore. After the first game, I was really favoring Strelok. And I really thought that he would be able to get to battlecruisers again. Or after game 1.
Yeah.
Now I just don't even know.
I was hoping to. Yeah, I don't know what he'll do. I think I'm kind of trying to guess by the shape of the map here that this is a lot flatter for the early expansions. There's like a big distance. And I don't know. I'm not certain who that favors. I think it favors Strelok though, because I think it makes it less likely that Spudde can progress across the map.
Sweet potato fries. Now we're talking.
Those are good.
I do love sweet potato fries.
And it is true. Like when we have infinite fries, is it a countable infinity?
I don't know.
Like, can you count the number of fries there
forever? You can't count to infinity, though.
Well, you can't count to infinity, but it is considered count. Like, you can make progress.
Yeah, you could keep counting.
So you can, if you take a set of real numbers, you can count them all. You can't get to the end, but you can count them all. Yeah. If, however, you say how many numbers are there between 0 and 1, you can't even count them. Like, you can't even begin.
You're breaking my brain here, Undersword.
Because you could just add decimal places.
Yeah.
infinitely,
not
right?
all.
So
Yeah.
you never actually make any progress at all. You don't move.
Oh, I see.
Whereas a countable infinity, you continue to move, but you never get to the end.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's my puny human brain can't handle this. Maybe one of these bot AIs can or something. Ooh, Checkers fries too. I used to go to Checkers a lot with my grandpa.
Checkers is good. Is that in?
Checkers, good
I
fries. It's,
always went there in
Florida,
Florida. Yeah.
yeah, southeast.
Yeah. Good old Checkers.
Yeah. Anyway, Reaper does get picked off there. Strelok is going to immediately send another one out to keep on scouting, keep on looking around. Spudde has a second base way faster this time. What is Strelok doing? Is Strelok going to one base?
Strelok might. Or is
One
he
base
gonna
battle
take a
cruiser?
litter? That would be excellent. Turning straight into like Benbot or something. That's true. We should go to PEI where all the potatoes come from.
Reaper gonna try to get a couple more kills, but we'll get shoot out. Might even get killed off actually here. Oh, gets denied by the supply depot raise. And Spudde will get another Reaper on his notch there. He's gonna, he's got like a little belt every time he kills a Reaper. Puts a notch in it.
It's true. We might have an infinite universe. We don't know.
We don't know. Is there any way to know?
No, we
Oh,
can
they have
only-
checkers in Wisconsin too. Interesting.
That makes sense. They would expand. They're good.
They're good.
Wisconsin's weird though. That's about as far from Florida as you can get without leaving the country.
Yeah, that is a bloody. I don't think I've ever seen a blood stain that big.
It's true.
in StarCraft.
That is pretty big.
All right. Well, again, very solicited. These two like their nice, slow, economic start. Strelok will get his second base. It is far behind what Spudde has been doing, but worker count still relatively even. So it shouldn't be too much of a big deal here. But,
That's true.
Yeah.
It's gonna no, it gets chased away from that SCV.
So wait, if you don't eat food, how do you know fries are good?
I do like fries, but with nothing like I don't put ketchup on fries or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm not big on.
Fries.
Every now and then I like to dip with a little ketchup, but I'd say 9 times out of 10,
No,
just
no.
plain salty fries. That's
Yeah.
all I want.
I will do the I'll accept the salt.
Oh,
Which
you
begs the question: if you have an infinite number of fries, how much salt would you require to cover the surface area?
That's like one of those selling your soul the devil thing. But like, yeah, I'll sell you my soul if I get infinite fries. And he's like, oh, okay, and gives you, but there's no salt.
It's true. That's what.
God,
yeah, that's
that
like a
would be
Twilight Zone
horrible.
episode. Straight up
Oh.
Twilight Zone.
I can't think about this anymore.
That's
That's just
it.
too scary.
Yeah. And yes, we will be submitting this episode to Number File. I think Brady would love it.
All right, Spudde getting a nice army here is gonna secure the third base location. Again, just very passive opening. Strelok trying to find a way to get in and harass again, like we've seen in the last 2 games, but not as successful this time around. This map a little bit more unforgiving for the Reapers, I would say. Not as many opportunities. There's just that one place you can get into the natural, and then a couple places to hop into the main. Definitely can't really be as abused by Reapers on this map. But here we go, Spudde pushing out. This is gonna be the big attack, I think. But Strelok has plenty in defense. So I guess it kind of depends, where does Spudde attack? Spudde's just gonna attack straight up the siege tank line. Oh no, and he's gonna no, Strelok!
Exactly the wrong time. Exactly the wrong time. He's gonna siege up. Maybe it was a trap. He will be able to kill the bio though. He actually didn't lose a lot there, given how bad that could have been.
That could have been so bad. Yeah, he does re-siege up in a good spot. Oh, man. That almost gave Spudde just a perfect opening. But, yeah, not quite enough there, I guess, for Spudde to take full advantage of it. The bio did get cleaned up too quickly as well. Left the tanks undefended. A Reaper finally gets into the main here, and we'll start poking away at things. Doesn't have any kills just yet. But it might be able to get 1 or 2 before it gets cleaned up. I really appreciate the nonstop harass out of Strelok. I think it's so good. It can buy you time. If Spudde gets too busy, as he is now, chasing these Reapers down, it's going to give you time if you just lost your army back at home to, recoup or that kind of thing. Obviously not the case here, but still, very good.
True.
Vinegar on fries. Ooh, I hadn't thought of that. It's a British thing, right?
That is very British, but I think they do it a bit here.
I do like vinegar. So.
And you've had the poutine here.
Yeah.
So that's heavy. You don't need an infinite amount of that.
No,
I don't. Again, I don't like it, but people find that's very filling. It's very heavy.
Ooh, nice interference matrix. Spud is going to slow this down, but I don't know if it'll be enough to save the... No, it is not, because no repairs went down, actually, through all of that. Oh, Spud finally cleans this up just after losing the command center, which is... Actually, he doesn't clean it up. I thought he would if he had done it on that. Actually, that's really bad that tank just lived, because now he's getting cancel after cancel on this. I mean, another tank showed up anyway, but...
Yeah, this is potentially very problematic.
Oh, this is real bad.
Yeah. Especially if he... Oh, you know what? He even just lost that one. He didn't cancel it.
You know, he's losing so many workers, but it's actually still even almost on the worker count. Okay, it's not going to be for much longer, but...
He again did this on siege right at the wrong time.
That was a lot of lost money.
Yeah.
That was like 500 lost just in cancels, not including SCVs killed.
Yeah, and I think he straight up killed the last CC without the cancel. Because the two tanks hit it.
Okay, well, Strelok is going to lose a lot of army here, and Spud is actually, again, doubling an army supply. So kind of going back to that point where if you just have more army, you can just win the game even if you did lose a lot of workers. But Spud's still not in a bad spot. Has another third base coming down on the right-hand side of things. Should be able to actually recover from this position. Well, I say that, but Strelok is starting to take over the whole map.
Yeah, I think this is it. It's his push before was when he got him on 3 bases. When the 4th was coming up. I think it's way too late now. And also the army supply, like it's double now, but then it was double like 80 to 40. 50 to 25 isn't enough. Like it's not a sustainable army. You're going to get whittled away.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Aioli is a good thing to dip your french fries in, to answer that question. Any kind of aioli, mayonnaise-based product.
I like aloe. It really clears your sinuses if you just dip all your fries in aloe.
I've got an aloe plant. I could try that.
There you go.
I'll let you know how it is.
Those are the coolest plants. Like they don't look. They look like alien structures.
Oh, I've got tons of succulents. I have a succulent addiction. I love the alien-looking ones are my favorite.
Nice.
Anyway, Spud is going to be gearing up here. Might be trying to take this base location again. Yep, there goes the command center. Unless that's Strelok's command center he's trying to build. No, he hasn't gotten this far down just yet. Actually, Spud going to go into a bit of a chase here to the right as his base is left completely undefended. And yet another cancel due to positioning here. And this will get cleaned up here. And another big loss of army for Strelok. But Strelok is, again, buying time. Costing Spud a lot of extra money as Strelok takes over the whole map. So once Strelok gets all these bases, money isn't an issue. Strelok can throw away whatever the hell he wants, you know?
Yeah.
Spud is kind of stuck on these 3 bases now and just cannot get this position up because of these siege tanks.
Yeah, he's kind of being pulled apart here and just kind of bled out.
No, we're just joking. Don't eat aloe, Uncle Vinny. I mean, you can. It won't kill you or anything, but it's just not pleasant. Like, no,
just do it anyway. Just do it anyway.
Do it anyway. No, use that for like sunscreen.
That helps you like put it on and like stick fries up your nose. It helps clear.
Make sure you take a video of it and post it in the Discord.
Yeah, it actually, whatever.
Is this? This base is never going to go up, right? Like Ravens are keeping it from going up now, for crying out loud.
Yeah,
Strelok is just not going to make it. No, you will not build this command center.
He's also got him surrounded, kind of on like 270 degrees here. So every time Spud tries to push out, something hits him from the other side.
Yeah, it like swings in. It's like a blob, and it just where you leave, it'll fill that space.
Yeah. Now he's coming down the middle, and I think this is the backbreaker.
Yeah.
Now we get the vice versa. Strelok is the one doubling the army supply, and he's going to put the last attack on this CC. Shockingly, still high enough SCV count for Spud. I thought way more died. I think a lot did die, but he just keeps replacing them.
So Drek used to eat aloe to ward off mosquitoes. I don't think that works. Like if you rub it on you, maybe, but I don't think eating aloe.
I mean, it would just come out of your pores.
Well, yeah, but you would have to eat so much to deter a mosquito, I think. Like, right?
Yeah.
I don't
So
believe
you
I
can-
think that's an old wives' tale. I don't believe that.
So you can sit here crying, eating can after can of dog food until your tears smell enough like dog food that your dog comes back to you. Or you can get out there and look for him.
What is that from?
That's from The Simpsons.
Oh, it's just-
And then Bart's like, yes, I'll go look for my dog. And Homer's like, damn, I almost had him eating dog. It was great.
Supposed to make your blood bitter. Interesting. I do know a lady that ate so much garlic, and with the perfume she wore, it smelled like a garbage can.
Nice.
And that might have deterred mosquitoes. I don't know.
The mosquitoes hate garbage cans.
Do they?
No, the opposite. I once knew an old lady who swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly, though. I guess she'll die.
Oh, that's what she gets for living in a shoe. I hear it attracts flies.
Exactly.
You live in a shoe.
I heard
All right.
she tried to get a spider to like fix the whole thing, and it just launched this chain reaction. Ridiculous.
All right, Strelok coming in for the kill here. 200 supply to 2. I was going to say 0. There it is.
Yeah.
200 supply to 0. And Strelok will move on. Spudde will join Jensiiibot, Jensiiibot and
Yes.
SharpenedEdge in the scrap pile. And Strelok will be moving on to face either Sharkbot or VeTerran. So he'll have either a TVT or a TVP coming up, depending on our next series.
Very true. That is what it depends upon.
100%.
That's how these tournaments work. There's a fly all over the place, so I need
Yeah,
to eat
you
some
summoned
aloe.
it. You summoned
I
the
need
fly.
to eat some aloe later.
To deter it. I actually have been. There's been a mosquito in my room. Did it bite me again? My arm's itching. There's been a mosquito in my room like the last 2 days, and every time I try to kill it, it just gets away, and then I don't see it again for a while.
So there's bugs all over the place here.
Pissing me off. Anyway, that was a phenomenal series between those two. Definitely a bit of a surprise ace match, but
Yes.
a beautiful series. Very back and forth there. Even in that last game, it was back and forth.
Yeah.
Spudde got the army supply by about double, but then had it turned over, and Strelok ended up taking the win there. But now we are going to move on to our final match of the night, Undersword.
We will indeed.
Time.
And these two, again, I don't really know. I don't know. Like, let's look at some stats to see if we can get some information to shine some light.
That's a great idea that you just had all by yourself.
Yeah, I know, right?
We should put you in charge of running the show, I think.
Clearly.
Feel a little bit smoother.
I know. Our current production guy doesn't even listen when there's awesome guest stars.
Right?
Me too.
Freaking GSL stars showing up on your stream, and he's like,
I know, right?
yeah, we got better things to do.
I know.
Here is
Good
Sharkbot. Sharkbot looking really good this season. We did have Sharkbot on Shark Nice, the author of Sharkbot, on a season of an episode of Postbots a few weeks ago. So if you're in the Crown Club, again, you have access to all those Postbot show. Go check it out. We talk a little bit about the origin of Sharkbot, how it started as a chat bot that you can actually, I think we have a link somewhere. Maybe production or somebody will be nice enough to find that. But you can actually go talk to Sharkbot on the internet.
You can.
And that's pretty cool. I think
Yes.
that's pretty awesome.
It is neat.
And then we got VeTerran here coming back from retirement. I've never seen him before, but you've been saying that VeTerran
Like
was
early,
beast
yeah,
in
early
robots.
range area. Yeah,
Oops. Oh,
I think
guess
it's
I'm
been
voting for Sharkbot.
developing. It's been developing in the darkness.
It's coming back very strong. He did get knocked down into this lower bracket pretty early on. It was in round 1, I believe, right? Yeah, against SharpenedEdge, actually. But VeTerran giving us some great games against Creepmine. Creepmine, one of our very strong late game Zerg. We don't have a lot of strong late game Zerg, but Creepmine got knocked out 2-0 by VeTerran. So we'll see now how VeTerran's Protoss versus Protoss is. And I think we're ready. It says soon. We're ready.
Do it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, our final
Isn't?
best... What?
Did you just say VeTerran's Protoss versus Protoss, or do you
No.
just mean it versus Protoss?
I said his versus Protoss.
His versus Protoss.
So
Okay.
how he
yeah.
is versus Protoss.
Yeah, makes
Sorry.
sense.
I'm confusing sometimes. Anyway, our final best of 3 of the night. Thank you all so much for being here. Again, we're going to eliminate one more bot. Will it be VeTerran? Will it be Sharkbot? Let's find out here on ESChamp. Now I'm pointing.
Good point. Right.
Darknices.
Sharkbot. Hey, none of that. Ugh. What are you doing?
Nine Seas.
VeTerran. Seeing a lot of Oxide tonight. I think every series we've had just had a map on Oxide.
It's good.
How do the maps? I keep forgetting to ask. Do you know how the maps get chosen?
I think they are just kind of
random?
at random. Yeah, I think it's at random.
It's random. There we go. Answering my question. So now we know.
The bots should, like, we should have a lobby that the bots go in and do vetoes.
Right.
Yeah, that would be good.
Fun. Be interesting.
Yeah.
Or you could veto it as authors or something.
Yeah.
Or,
possibly. It is a
I don't
lot
know.
more.
So we'll write that down in the notes, maybe for future seasons. Make Drek's life a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Any way we can complicate things for him is.
I'm not sure. The map balance probably doesn't really come into play that much. Map details do, but I wouldn't say the balance does.
Yeah, well, I mean, we do see some map-dependent things, you know,
There's
when
definitely-
Banshees show up,
yeah.
when
There's
Reapers get
map-dependent things. I just don't know that it like favors a race necessarily, because
No,
nobody's like good enough to do that
Yeah,
at this
no.
point. Yeah.
I agree with that. That I could agree with. All right, well, this is going to be an interesting game. Sharkbot has, I believe, how many builds was it? 3 or something? Or am I making that up? I feel like Sharkbot has a few builds, builds under its belt here.
Yes.
Whereas VeTerran is more of a reactive bot, right?
Yes. I think so.
He's got the best Reaper micro, according to his. He does speed mining as well. The best speed mining.
The best speed mining.
The best of the best speed
best.
mining. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, he's our only bot programmed in Go. One of our
unique.
rare language. Very unique. We've got a few
Yes.
bots in Java now. We've got bots in C# and C++. Or C++? C+? Whatever it is.
We have C++ and C#.
Yeah.
And in VeTerran is the only bot made of vanadium.
Look at this Reaper micro. Made out of what?
Vanadium.
Vanadium?
I think it's how you pronounce it. But I don't know. It has the chemical symbol VE is the what I figure it is.
Well, all I'm seeing is some awesome Reaper micro here. Already, I believe a few kills. Got a Zealot. The one on the right here did. The one on the left's causing trouble. More and more Reapers coming across too. The Stalker doesn't know which way to go. It's trying to. It's that thing we've seen more and more here. We saw it in the Failbots with the Void Rays. Finally, 2 Stalkers out, so now they should be able to deal with this a little bit more effectively. But they're just kind of bouncing back and forth, trying to keep up with this.
Yeah, the positioning here is really good for the defense. That the Reapers aren't really kind of able to make progress here as they jump up and down their little cliff.
Well, if they kill the Cyber Core, I'd call that progress.
That would be. I think they're a little ways away from that, but maybe.
It's at the it's slow going, but nothing's really stopping them. You're going to need to get a Stalker right there on the edge, by the Cyber Core to stop it, or get behind them. And actually, a 4th Reaper comes in
there with the 4th one in. Yeah, now they're a lot braver here, and this is right at the time that obviously Sharkbot wants to be launching an attack across the map. Once this round finishes, let's see what these are. This is going to help it.
Can we get our production tab back up? I want to see. There was a Stargate finishing up, I think, on the other side of the map. Ooh, enough.
It's I think it's just a gateway, isn't it? But it's. I think it's to proxy the speed warp in.
I do believe you're right. I thought it was a Stargate there for a minute.
Is Vanadium just V? I thought it was VE.
Vanadium is just V. Come on, Endersword, learn your chemistry. What kind of StarCraft caster are you if you don't even know your table of elements by heart?
I know, right?
Sharkbot's pushing across here, but a really good defensive position for VeTerran. Cyclone even popping out, getting some lock-ons as well, is going to shred through these Stalkers. A bunker and a tank in a beautiful spot. Raven pops out just in time. Should be able to throw down a turret to tank even more damage if it needs it. So far, this is looking like a great hold for VeTerran, and Sharkbot is just going to donate some free units here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Endersword, the ramp is killing him right now.
killing him.
Oh yeah, this is just gone horribly awry. It was looking like a good little cleanup there. Once Sharkbot got the Reapers, it's like, okay, now maybe he's going to be able to group all his units up, go do a big attack. But he's being way too tentative here. He is pulling back after every attempted shot on the ramp, and he's every time he does that, he's just going to eat a tank shot. And every tank shot he eats is like another dead stalker. So this is what I think we're talking about when we're talking about how VeTerran is just a beast, is just a survivor. You know, the Reaper micro is on point. The defense is perfectly positioned here on this map. Stalkers are never going to break through that. Unless you have like 20 stalkers and you blink on top of those tanks, you're just not going to be able to do this.
Very true. Very true. He's whittling them down here. Is he going to get the Cyclone having to go to the bottom to lock on, put him in some danger, but he's not going to be able to progress up here.
Ooh, and it is looking like a one base all in as well for Sharkbot.
Yeah.
No fallback. So once this runs out of money, I think that's just going to kind of be it. VeTerran's sitting on 2 bases, has all the upgrades and all the time in the world, really, with this setup.
Very true.
So.
Very true.
Oh, okay. Whew. As I say it, Sharkbot does break out of this cycle.
It's good that he can recognize, and I think before losing too much of it or investing too much into it, realizes that it's time to go. He may still be dead as VeTerran is moving out, but at least he made the right call here, and without, like a lot of bots do, just kind of keep throwing good money after bad, and he doesn't do that. So we'll see if he can get a defensive perimeter up.
Now, I wonder what the trigger for that is. It because he lost X amount of stalkers or something, or like X amount of time has elapsed? You know,
I wonder if it's either that he put too much into it and didn't gain, or whether it's potentially that VeTerran pushed back and he actually lost ground.
Oh, maybe that was
it.
And
then may say that because I've been pushed back off the ramp, then I have to go.
Man, these tanks are just Sharkbot's ultimate
That's not a good
here.
place.
Yeah.
Not a good place for that building. It looks like he is going to take it.
Yeah. VeTerran will take game number 1 here.
Very good.
I think Sharkbot had just pulled back sooner and gotten that expansion a little sooner instead of continuously trying to get up that ramp. Yeah, ramps are a major source of problem for the bots. Absolutely, that is the case. Not as much anymore, but we do still see it. And when we see it, it's very obvious as well that it's a ramp issue. Like, oh, he's trying to go up this ramp. Oh, okay, he's lost vision. Now he tries to go back up again. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, the proxy. Go get him. Go get him. The Terran taking it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll see. Sharkbot will probably pick something else. Obviously, it won't continue with the proxy. And it's
I'd like to see some Stargate play.
Yeah, I would like to see those. Well, I think, particularly against Terran, I think the proxy Void Ray is a really good choice.
Yes.
I think he can make that one work. And yeah, that would be interesting to see him get going. But that is also vulnerable to early Reapers. You have to invest a lot to get that up, and it's hard to defend yourself during that. But there you go.
VeTerran's Reapers are scary. That's like, it's reminding me of Micro Machines Reapers when Micro Machine was just dominating with this early game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he can basically come close to winning with just those. If those 3 like stalkers locally didn't like not only pop out, but pop out right when like the Reapers were standing on top of them.
Yeah.
Then, that was kind of weird because it trapped them in a weird way. But because that could have delayed it a lot more and made things a fair bit worse. But yeah. And I think I knew that I had seen like the VE as an element a lot of the time, but it turns out it's the fake one. The channel Veritasium uses VE as its logo, so I see that all the time. And I know that Veritasium is not real, but I just kind of thought VE must be real. But it's not.
Well, now we know. Got our little chemistry lesson. Let's go ahead and dive into game 2 and see if we can get maybe another ace match, or if Spud's last life will be spent. Oh, I'm sorry, Sharkbots. I'm mixing up the names a lot tonight. Let's see what happens. Sharkbot versus VeTerran in what could be our last game of the night. Let's go. Oh.
It's doing a thing.
Shark Nices.
Sharkbot sends the built probe. This is as all in as it gets, ladies and gents.
I sees.
It is.
VeTerran.
Yeah, we're covering all the science and math channels today. Number file, Veritasium. If Eris was playing, I'd make reference to like Deep Sky videos.
I don't think we've seen VeTerran get worker rushed before.
I don't
so
think
we
we
are
have
about
either.
to see.
Let's see.
Okay, so he does. Oh my god!
Oh!
That was
Okay.
still so impressive, even though it didn't work. He halted construction and threw up a supply depot to try to buy time. The workers have been pulled. The wounded workers are getting pulled back in a good concave for VeTerran. He's getting some really good surface area, but will it be enough? Will the probe shield recharge keep these probes alive long enough? Will repairs go down?
I'm concerned
Oh my
here for
God.
sure. He's not. He just didn't stick
repairing.
around and kill anything.
But he's repairing.
He is. That's good.
This is very good. The probes are stuck on the building barracks, so that's fine. Let them kill that. If the SCVs can get repaired up enough, they can go in for round 2, but it looks like just a few have been pulled. I wonder what the math is going on here. Still good pullbacks. The SCVs getting pulled just in time usually, but one does go down. I think that's going to do it. I think Sharkbot should win this. A few more fully repaired SCVs actually. That probe gets one SCV.
He suicided for one. Now we're
that should do it here.
There was a window there, but it's just not there.
Wow.
He's also insistent upon making that barracks, which he had the money for, but that's because he didn't use the SCVs. So like he could have built more. There you go. So quick back up, and guess what type of match you have?
An ace match.
Indeed.
Wow,
Indeed.
I am speechless. That was incredible on both parties. That was a greatly executed probe rush. Obviously, the probe rush is the hardest of the rushes to hold, for especially I think a Terran. But that halt and then build of the supply depot was just so awesome. If it had just worked out a little better, it would have been just the perfect thing. But
if you've been able to get some HP on it or something I don't know how much the stall helps.
Well, it could allow you to get your SCVs
into
up
position.
and maybe into a spot where you can have a better concave and to get them from coming up the ramp, essentially, I think is the idea.
Yeah.
You can keep the probes in that little choke and have a good concave. You can potentially win the fight.
Yeah. The real, I think, exploitability here is that Sharkbot attacks the buildings and then it will allow probes to like trail off. But things have been hit or miss at kind of taking advantage of that sort of thing.
Well, and all he has to do is lift the command center, right?
Yeah.
So you think he could
like that he could, if you could target fire down appropriately, because I think the probes were also pulling back at low health, and then they weren't really dying in the right numbers. The only ones that really died were the ones that went out on their own into the mineral line and kind of got swarmed there. So,
well, let's find out here. Game number 3, our final game of the night here on day 5 of season 2, and we're about to have our last bot elimination of the night. Let's see what happens in this TVP here on ProBots. Let's get into it.
Shark Nices.
Sharkbot.
I sees.
VeTerran. Woo. Okay, I'm a little relieved that we're not having another worker rush. It's exciting, but that's really cool that even after a win, Sharkbot switches into yet another strategy here.
Yeah. Maybe he's just a good sport or something. Like limit one worker rush per series.
Yeah. All right. Well, game number 3 again, our final game of the night. This will decide who moves on And who gets tossed in the scrap pile? Winner, excuse me. Winner will go up against Strelok in the next round. So, my little heart is starting to give in to some of these games, Endersword.
That's true. VeTerran going for the pretty quick expansion here. Quite quick.
Yeah,
So
CC
it's a
first.
good thing he is not, in fact, being worker rushed.
Indeed. So yeah,
But he's being something.
He's being something. I think it's the voids, right? It's got to be the void right now.
This is the position for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be voids. Oh wait,
Yeah.
first for Terran.
Oh yeah, before Ray. CC before Ray. Okay.
So next week we're gonna have both the upper and lower bracket. We're gonna watch. We're gonna watch some knockdowns and some knockouts next week.
Hell yeah.
That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be real fun. All right. Just wanted to note that. Make sure you're all here. Next week is going to be awesome. We've got Micro Machine and Ketrok going up against each other. Tyr and Eris are our last remaining Zerg going up against last season's champ. That is going to be awesome. And then, of course, we've got DominionDog going up against AdditionalPylons. And then we'll have whoever wins this versus Strelok. And there it is. Shield batteries in mass. We've got the Stargate halfway done. VeTerran has not seen this yet. Okay, he will now see it, actually. Oh, maybe he saw it, and that's why I sent it down there. Either way, the Marine is out, but the shield battery finishes just in time. So the very best he can do at this point is at least start to deplete the shield batteries, which, that's something.
It is a thing.
Help. It's a thing.
It is a thing.
It's a thing.
With just the one Marine. And he makes a lot of these shield batteries.
Oh, yeah. So,
he'll make a bunch.
So it's really going to come down to, I guess, where's the Void Ray fighting? Where's VeTerran going to engage the Void Ray? Will he be able to have enough anti-air, enough Marines to be able to deal with it? And that answer is going to be no if this Adept kills him off. The Adept with shield batteries is bad news for Marines here. Yeah, this is, oh no. Oh, VeTerran.
Yeah, and this is a really good opening too. So what he did, he made the Adept. And you make the Adept in case there's a Reaper that comes on your side, because they're really good at that. But then he moves the Adept out, and he built, I think, a shield battery back in his own mineral line. So even if there was a Reaper that gets over, it doesn't matter. So I think just really clever. He's covering all his bases here. That's such a simple thing to do, the Adept and a shield battery, but it just covers off so many bad things that can happen that it's a really good call.
Now, I really wish this Void Ray would go because there's no anti-air here. He's afraid of the Reaper, I guess. He just sees Terran unit and is like, nope, probably a Marine. Okay, finally here now, as the second one shows up, it looks like the Voids will be bold and start engaging. Nothing in that bunker. No Marines left over to hop in that bunker, so it will just go down pretty quick here. A couple SCVs getting pulled to repair, but there's just no answer for Voids. There is finally actually a mine out, but I think Sharkbot should be able to avoid that, right?
Generally, even if he eats it, he's gonna be able to replace. It's not gonna be deadly.
I think these Voids are deadly though, and I think we might just have a Protoss win here.
Yeah,
VeTerran has been looking so strong. Oh, okay.
We weren't allowed to watch. It was too much carnage. But they're shields just recharge to full. Immediately, and of course he loses the mine in the effort. So there's the Cyclone, but he got jumped on right away.
Oh, and just dies.
Really, really unfortunate there. Your defense to this, I do like the mines better than the Cyclones. I think because in particular, like the Void Ray speed upgrade and just the fact that the shield batteries are so close, the Cyclone's not really going to kill it. So the Widow Mines, if you can get a few of them out, prevent it from coming forward.
Yeah.
And then your hope is to get Vikings up because they're going to do a better job at keeping them out. Whereas I think the Cyclones can't really. You're better off getting a few mines and then getting a couple tanks that can start hitting the shield batteries.
Oh, he just needs to build the turret a little bit closer to the right there. These turrets are being MVPs. They're the only thing keeping him in this game is that he's got 2 bases and turrets that he's repairing just in time.
Yeah.
Literally the only thing keeping VeTerran alive right now. Oh, almost gets a Void here. Oh, man, if those turrets can start killing off Voids, actually, this is going to change everything. Because
the Widowmine there, and this will kill it now that it's taken some damage. The Widowmine too is going to live because it goes after the turret. Usually, like if that fires, you want it instant dead.
Oh, will he repair this turret? Oh, he gets another void. This is incredible. We saw this Void Array build in week 1 just absolutely crushed because the voids were able to keep clumping up, and eventually, you have 7, 8 voids, and you're just not going to be able to kill them with a few Marines or whatever. But the turrets have been so instrumental in keeping VeTerran alive that it's actually going to get another void here. I guess it takes into account the shield, but not the health for when it should pull back.
That might be it, because it's pulling back consistently too late. The concern here is that there's no Vikings being made, and he needs to eventually get those out or get an accumulated amount of the Widowmines here. But like just one isn't going to cut it in the long term. But at least it's staying alive though, because like the first one shot, but then it was instantly killed. Yeah. But now that it's staying alive, that is providing some hope.
Yeah, it's helping. That with the turrets is kind of the only hope here.
Yeah, but workers quite low, and we're still at 3 void rays. There, he's taking shots again,
and he doesn't even have to push this back in. Yeah, he just has to survive. This is a 1 base, unless Sharkbot gets an expansion. But at the moment, this is a 1 base all in, and if he can keep killing the voids, if he can keep surviving and making SCVs with mules, he'll be able to at least keep getting the money to do that. Then VeTerran could technically still
this will be another void,
but it's getting harder. Nice mine shot here.
Yeah, mine this time the mine. Yeah, the mine's really staying alive by running into the turret.
Repair! Yeah. No, that was
that's really big, really big. There's another one on the other side, and then there's one in the natural.
Yeah, one turret in each.
Oh, the natural turret's down.
Well, there's one. There's one in the south side. There was 2 turrets per base. One has died per base.
Okay. So we're all right-ish. The hero Widowmine is still alive, but it is more likely to die without the turret to run to. The SCV count is staying reasonably consistent, but this is unfortunate. Sharkbot expanding.
Yeah, Sharkbot does have to fall back.
Yeah.
Because if this were to run out of money and the voids kept down, technically, VeTerran would be able to hold it off and then recover. But no, with the second base coming up, I think that will be the seal the deal here. Stalker's even coming out now as well. 1 Stalker joins the fray here. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, we've got too many SCVs dying now. Yeah.
Oh, what a show. VeTerran just can't quite keep up here. Does take game number 1, but then falls to the cheesiest of cheesy pro brushes, and then cannot hold the Void Ray proxy. Almost did, though. A little bit sloppy on the Void Rays, obviously, just dying to the turrets. Obviously never ideal. But in the end...
We'll see. Let's see this base,
That feels like BM to me.
Oh, well.
After 2 cheeses in a row.
Yeah. Look at this floating 1600 gas as well here.
Wow.
Oh, well.
What a series, though. What a good show. A phenomenal showing, again, out of VeTerran this season. I do hope that VeTerran makes it in future seasons, maybe even next season, because that was some awesome stuff, some really high-level play out of VeTerran.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was just the SCVs that kept dying that he had to replace, and then he never was able to build anything else. Because, I think a Viking with that, or even just a second Widowmine, probably holds it enough to stabilize, because he kept killing something with it and then getting away.
Yeah.
So if he had 2 to kind of rotate, it would have been perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we had some perfect games tonight. Some really fun stuff. Definitely a lot to talk about tomorrow in PostBots. We'll be recording tomorrow. Come watch live in the Discord if you're in the Crown Club, or check it out on Saturday when we release it through, again, the Crown Club members get access to that, as well as artwork and various other fun things. But we saw some fun stuff today with the Adepts causing chaos with their shades, and some Tempests finally coming out. So much fun stuff today.
Very much so. Yeah, a lot of interesting
matches.
Unit interactions.
Yes, very, very interesting unit interactions today. Well, that is all we've got for you tonight. Endersword, we'll let you go to your party. It already looks like there's some cool lights starting
totally.
to. Maybe it's just your camera. You got some like rave lights going
That
on.
is weird. I do see that. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Getting ready for your party with the GSL pros there.
Yeah.
So we'll let you get to that. But thank you all for tuning in. It's been a great time tonight. Again, check out PostBots tomorrow if you're in the Crown Club. Check out all the fun stuff on YouTube. You can sub, you can super like, you can super thanks. Basically, you can make clips now. It's just YouTube is becoming the ultimate streaming platform. So thank you all for joining us here and watching ProBots. We will be back next week, same time, same place. We're going back into our upper bracket as well as the lower bracket. We're going to have 2 more knockdowns into the lower bracket as well as 2 more eliminations next week. So make sure you tune in to see who will be moving on. And let's go ahead and take a look at our bracket actually real quick before we wrap things up. And then we'll do one more member shout out and send you all on your way. But yeah, great stuff tonight. Big shout out again, all you authors. Every season, just keep impressing me more and more with your hard work and your dedication. So this is where we'll start. Tier versus Eris. Last season champ versus our last remaining Zerg here. And Eris is looking very strong. She is a new bot, and she has just been dominating so far.
But Tier, the man of 100 builds, is looking to throw 100 plus builds. Is looking to throw Eris off a cliff and collect the soul stone or something. And I think that's going to be a really, really good one. I don't know what to expect out of that one, but I do expect just like good games.
We will have final updates as well. This is the final, I believe, the final round of updates will be coming up very soon here. So make sure you get it in. Bot authors, get your updates in before it's too late. This will be the final round of updates until the end of the tournament. So all these bots will be running on their last updates. Hopefully it'll get it through. And and then Micro Machine versus Catch Rock, obviously, if there's, we didn't touch much on that, but it's going to be a hell of a show. It's like the top 2 bots on the ladder going at it.
Yeah.
So and then our lower bracket. So this will be, we will decide, some more eliminations. We'll have. They said it was coming up, but I don't see the logo.
They did, but they're lying. They're liars.
They lied to me. That's right.
All liars. So we'll have, we have
DominionDog.
We got DominionDog versus
AP.
Yeah.
AdditionalPylons.
Yeah. AdditionalPylons. Yeah, right. They stay linear. And then, then obviously Sharkbot versus Strelok.
Yeah, some very good games. So make sure you all join us again next week for these. It is going to be awesome. We'll talk a little bit more about this again tomorrow night during PostBots. So thank you all for being here. Check out the forum. Check out the Crown Club. Check out all the YouTube stuff. Make sure you hit that thumbs up if you haven't. If you forgot, get us a little visibility on YouTube. And thank you again all just for being here. And for our bot authors, thank you for making such good bots.
Yeah.
It's been our most entertaining season to date, I think. And it's hard. I don't know how every season is getting more and more entertaining because each season has just been so good over the last couple of years.
So good.
Awesome stuff. All right. Well, go party and have fun, Undersword.
Indeed. And thanks for whoever was impersonating me that subscribed to the channel. Yeah, excellent.
the Undersword wannabe, thank you for your support. And thank you to all our Crown Club. Let's go ahead and do one more member shout out, and then we'll send you all on your way. See you next week. Have a good night from us here at ProBots. Big shout out to our production team as well. They're awesome. Drek, Laddie, and Peter in the background.
Excellent.
We're back.
That was our way of saying we appreciate all of you. No name.
I thought we were just going to leave after that, but no, we have to address our whole Crown Club now because of that.
Yeah.
But we'll see you all next week. Thank you for tuning into ProBots Season 2. Come back next week, same time, same place for Day 6. We'll see you then. Have a good night.